to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money, money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Bonjour and welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I am EZ, joined by Spin Morax.
Welcome, the Woodward Heavyweights.
We have Scottie Pippen and the TD Booth.
You cannot let things go ever.
And we have a microwave Nick and the sound booth.
Why does this Scottie Pippen upset him so?
He acts like a Scottie Pippen. He has the headache. He don't want to participate.
Oh, yes.
Not the true winner.
Very Scottie Pippen-esque. Maybe we must hire Derek Fisher.
I might get your girlfriend fired. Oh, wee.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
What up? Sorry about that. We'll be for real now. Detroit Pistons. Detroit actually is supposed to be announced Detroit because
Detroit and Grashois.
And Grashois, yeah. That's what grass shit is like.
I always say Grashois.
Grashois. Gratoit. As the GPS would. Detroit Pistons 6th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs right now.
Turn up.
Yup.
Not a play-in.
Yup.
Are we celebrating too early?
No.
It feels a little too early.
Fuck that.
No?
We've almost got 10 wins over our total from last year. My 35-plus wins is 12 wins away from hitting, and we're not even at the All-Star break. 700 bones. We're not celebrating too early. We deserve this. Pistons fans deserve this. Cade fucking Cunningham deserves this.
The season has to end and
Don't care.
succeed.
Don't care. No.
I feel like a mid-season selly. We just watched the Vikings.
No, it feels good. It feels good.
It feels good.
And we're not the Vikings. We were dog shit last year. You could celebrate this. Obviously, you still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
The season's not over. But we could celebrate where they're at, man. They deserve it. They deserve to be celebrated. Cade Cunningham deserves to be celebrated.
I just don't like speaking of it as if it's stapled in. We still got the rest of the season.
They're also 2 wins out of the 4-hole.
I know. That's the crazy part.
And
I was
that's
looking at the Bucks. I was like, yo, they're actually not that far away.
That's exactly where Cade Cunningham's focus is. Like he talked about after. He's like, look, we can't celebrate the 6th seed. We got to look at the 4th seed. We're looking at Milwaukee. We're looking at Indiana. We're looking at chipping away at who's next. But this
Indiana,
is why.
Dude.
This is why it means so much. Like, look at this stat.
Feels
Pistons
good.
have already matched their highest win total over the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And 6th seed, they haven't placed higher than the 8th seed in 18 years.
38 games left.
18 years.
18
years. On your 18th birthday, you found out it wasn't his. That's a classic Kanye song. But I can't.
You practice that in the shower.
I
that
can't.
one didn't land like
No,
you
that was
wanted.
actually just a freestyle. But I'm
In
so
your
happy.
Blake Griffin jersey.
I'm so happy to be a
disrespectful.
Pistons fan, man.
Yeah,
it feels amazing.
It's a great time to be a Pistons fan. It truly is. This is a new era of Detroit Pistons. And, I was called a madman for my take on Cade Cunningham. But he's going out there, and he is absolutely balling. He just made Trae Young his son. He said, listen, Trae, sit
He
down.
really did.
I am the best point guard in the East.
He literally.
Period.
I should have sent it to Chris, but they dapped each other up after the game. It literally looked like a dad hugging his son.
Yeah.
Coming home from school.
It's awesome, man. I love it. Cade
The same
Cunningham
little mini
deserves it.
fro, too.
Yeah, a little mini fro. He's ready to go. I'm so happy for this team. And shout out to JB Bickerstaff and Trajan Langdon for presenting these guys with the opportunities, putting the right people in place to make things happen.
One guy, all they wanted was defense and shooting around Cade.
Trajan Longdon.
Just, I was called crazy. I was called a madman.
Which is ridiculous.
It's all Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey gonna save it all.
I mean, Jaden Ivey was averaging 17.
He was clearly
Five
second
and
best.
40% shooting. It's not too early
But
to
it's just shooting and
celebrate.
defense.
It is not too early to celebrate. I mean, if we're in this position come All-Star break, I'm going to be celebrating like Pat Bev when they won the play-in game. I'll tell you straight up. It's never too early. I'm all in. And it's because this team is ascending upwards. They're not going back.
Would you say it's a natural period of ascension?
No.
So ATG3 Rocks S52 says same routine. Robot in the chat says the same routine every. Reading out a barcode. Did you just see that?
Yeah, we won 14 games last year.
This is already more games than they've won in fucking 6 years.
Yeah, this
what are we
was
talking
never
about,
the
man?
routine.
This is not
being
the
in a
routine.
playoff seeding at all, even to 11, it was never the routine. This is all new.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Cade. Asar had a great game. Beef Stew has been
Asar
playing
is a
his ass
defensive
off.
demon.
Yes.
my God.
So is Beef Stew.
I watched him lock down 3 different players and the same play last night.
That play was crazy.
That was insane.
I was geeking watching that, dude. Like the way he moves, his just lateral quickness is insane, man. He is special. That's why I say you hold on to him. He might not be a 20-point per game scorer, but what he does on the defensive end and gets, as Nick likes to call, Nick, what'd you call those buckets?
Cherry picking.
Cherry picking.
He was cherry picking the hell out of it last game, and I was all here for it.
Yeah,
I was
I don't
loving
care.
it. You want to be lazy in the NBA? Asar's going to make you pay. That dude's just booking it down the court. It's called max effort.
Yeah.
Using his athleticism to dunk it and not stand in the corner and brick threes.
Are you
Love
seeing
it.
the vision? Like you needed a Asar on your team.
Yeah.
Have
Have you awoken?
Is my take wrong that this guy can't shoot threes? I love the guy as a player, but I mean, did you guys see the 1-3 last night? It was like 20 feet from the rim.
Listen, with the 3
Do you want to trade
I'm
him?
thrilled that
Do you
we have
still wanna
Asar
trade him?
Thompson on this
Let's
team.
go.
I'm thrilled that we have Asar.
We're closer than
we
we've ever
go.
been. We'll take it.
We are
I'll take
closer
that.
than we are. Closer than I've ever been. Closer than it. This
By
guy,
the way,
Asar,
guys,
is so important for this team.
$1,000 super chat goal, and Chris will do a key bump live on air.
I was wondering where you're going with
Make it
this.
75. Make it 75. It's better
$5 donation. Come on. Yeah, everybody put the donation. We're doing $5 key bump donation.
Come on, I got 50. Who
300.
can match?
300, the hair's coming off, whatever.
I
the
thought you were
biggest
talking about
key
Damn
bump.
it, you got some on it?
300.
It's in my burn hole through my
do it
pocket
right
right now.
Yeah, it's been a tough week. No, I'm just kidding. 300, the hair's coming off. Whatever the chat wants, you guys can vote on the haircut.
There we go.
$300.
All right.
Again,
Whatever hair style you guys want to pick.
So I
for
got
at
to
least
decide
a
on
week.
the amount, but I'm also willing to do 12 hours in a
12 hours in
Denny's.
a Denny's.
12 hours in a Denny's. But we need a fair amount.
We
for
need
it.
that's got to be like $700 at least.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's the amount I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And then can I get like
$750.
Can I get 30 minutes off for each like waffle?
Not 30.
not
It's 10
30.
minutes.
10 minutes? Have you seen their waffles? As a guy who has a fit, they're fucking huge.
You eat 5 waffles and that's.
I'm not 30 minutes. What do you mean?
I don't know about 30 minutes.
We have to go on Denny's date and see what the waffles is looking like.
Yeah, we can. There's an IHOP right down the street.
All right, I'm down to do that.
Super
This
chat
is
in
Birmingham,
there
though. They
from
would for sure
Steve.
kick me out of that IHOP.
Shut yeah, this is, they
Yeah,
wouldn't
there's
go
some Mexican guy,
goddamn Puerto Rican eating all our waffles.
some Hawaiian fellas or something. They're sitting at the table.
Steve
guy
in the
comes
Woodward
in.
Sports Chat says, super chat from him. Off topic, tell Ermanni he's off his rocker for the Trey Sweeney slander. He did a lot for us. The catch against Baltimore lives in my head rent free. I didn't hear him slander Trey Sweeney.
I didn't hear it
but
either.
I didn't hear it either. I think Trey Sweeney is properly rated right now.
Me
And
too.
we
Yeah.
did a lot better when Trey Sweeney got called up for his defense, and it's just lefty versus lefty is where
Yeah.
he struggles
He
right
should
now.
start over
But-
Javi Baez.
Amen.
For sure.
There's no overhype. There's no under. It's just
He is what he is.
Yeah.
You know what he is.
Right? I mean, he could get better.
He was a throw-in on the trade.
Larry
And
Alonso.
he had moments down the stretch to help you make the playoffs and help you win playoff games. So
Yes.
I would never slander Trey. I think he is aptly rated for who I'm not saying kid's gonna be a superstar. He might not even be a starter in the MLB. But what he's like your Adam Everett. He is your plot or your Ramon Santiago. Like he is going to be a solid piece.
Nice.
He should start over Baez right now, but hopefully
Yes.
you can make an upgrade to that position or we'll see what happens in the future. But right now, I would love to see Trey Sweeney as your open day starting shortstop.
if you guys follow at Tailgate Wins on X or formerly known as Twitter, I feel like every 3 days this guy's on there and he's like, "Good day to sign Alex Bregman." I forget at least 12 of them stockpiled. This guy, Nick.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Are you getting nervous? Like,
I'm getting nervous.
Yes, I'm getting nervous. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna spend. I mean, there's some things are in the works here. Like I got some fire coming out soon.
Yeah.
I'll say
Okay.
that, and it's about
if I
homeboy
get
Chris
to it
Illich.
Not if Chris gets beats
Yeah,
into a
it's
punch.
about little Chris and Chris Illich in this offseason so far
have
for
a
the
genius
Tigers. So
idea.
stay tuned at Tailgate Wins at Woodward Sports.
Absolutely.
I
Remember,
thought
guys,
I read that at first. I read that super chat. I thought he said Sidney Sweeney. So like, well, I know Ryan would never slander Sidney Sweeney,
Yes.
but no, Trey Sweeney. He
Not
was
Sidney
he was
Sweeney.
very good for the Tigers last year for based on what we expected out of him. What
Yeah.
he got, the return was way way more than what you expected.
It was like similar time we called up Sweeney. We also got Parker back. Like everything started going well
Perfect
when it came
storm.
to us up the middle defensively and actually getting on base and starting to score runs because this team won 65% of games when scoring more than 2 runs last year. Little deep dive for you. That's 105 win pace.
We'll be celebrating beef stew. I put it as big stew for whatever reason. Big prep. But we will be celebrating beef stew's defensive ascent. Also, lots of Detroit Lions talk today. Detroit Lions signed a new defensive coach.
Excited about that.
I am very excited about that.
Got some good stats about this.
As well as Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes interviewed today.
He did.
Said some things.
Some good news. Nothing really surprising, I got to be honest with you. But we'll talk about it. I probably shouldn't say that. It's all surprising. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. The most surprising show on the internet. You never know what's going to happen next.
Do you have that video of Conor McGregor?
Yes, I should. Let me find it.
So, you know how like Jake Paul's been kind of like just talking trash to him for the past like 2 years?
Yeah.
He insulted his wife. He said like some like crazy stuff, like way too far, uncomfortable. I think Logan Paul, I know he's been poking at like some of the legal stuff Conor's been going through, but Jake definitely just talking crazy. Well, they were at the inauguration together. Did you see that?
The inauguration.
They're just drilling holes.
Holes. That's all they do. It's just a bunch of people drilling holes.
They were on the same inauguration bus to celebrate.
I did see this.
Yeah, check this out.
It's all sweet here. It's all sweet here. Yeah. You kept your mouth shut. You did. I thought we were going to get the fight down. You get very quiet.
What did you think the best course of action was for that?
You were giving all this stain of this, stain of that. You're in control with the WWE as well. But I don't be giving all this mega snip.
I didn't hear the last 5 seconds.
That was in the air for us. Yes. Bring it home for me.
It's 8 a.m. How?
Cocaine.
He put his head in his brain. This is the real deal, yeah? In front of you, you know that. You know that, bro. So look here, we'll do it.
It's literally Chad, dude. It's so funny.
He was sick. He was sick.
You can tell. It's the same thing.
He was sick.
What?
Just about the business, dude. On top of it, he's going after it. You can tell that he's actually a killer, and Jake Paul and Logan Paul are.
That's why I put on the video.
That is the
Because they were
exaggeration.
talking so goddamn rude.
You can tell the difference between
So goddamn disrespectful. And there's 2 of them, by the way. Only one, Conor McGregor. And he's to their face.
Yeah.
I'm going to box your fucking ears
Yeah.
off. I'm going to next to 2 of yous. And I'm doing KSI next. Like just talking straight up in their fucking grill.
You
Talking
can tell
about
the
shit.
difference.
And they're not saying shit. Nothing. But that's so much to say.
Because he's about that shit. You can tell when
know.
someone's about that shit and they're in your face talking that shit to you and you're not saying anything.
And Jake actually has hands.
Yeah.
Like, they want to know smoke.
They do not want that smoke.
That was crazy.
Conor would have embarrassed both of those guys.
Man, I thought.
Conor talks like a gypsy, says Emerald 7. I mean, he kind of is.
Yeah, kind of. He was talking so much shit. So they were talking so greasy about Conor. Literally just the most disrespectful shit ever. And then Conor's in their face.
Nothing.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to neck your head off.
That's how you could tell the difference between a real killer
one, yeah.
and a fake killer. And like Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they're fugazi.
Yeah,
Conor McGregor is a real deal killer.
That shit
And he
was
was in their
exposed.
face talking that shit.
And I think Jake would do well in a boxing match. Boxing,
Yes.
One more time. Boxing match, against Conor McGregor.
For sure.
He's also bigger. You can see that as clear as day. But in a real fight, clearly.
Street fight, Conor would have 2-on-1 easy.
Clearly those boys were shook.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
And I understand the situation, like they were like a presidential like celebration, stuff like that, but they weren't even talking shit because they knew where that conversation would go. It wouldn't be a conversation. It'd be all hands.
Yeah. I would know, yeah. And he's definitely off something in there, so you hit him once.
That's what
Yo!
They didn't say nothing back. He's really
eating that
talking
shit.
about shit.
That's the best thing I've seen in a while that shows the difference between like literally someone who's actually about their shit and somebody who isn't. And you can tell Conor McGregor is actually about his shit. And the Pauls were backing down.
Zen in the brain is hilarious.
Zen in the
by
brain
way.
is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
The what?
Theo Von said he has a zen in the brain.
Theo Von's the funniest fucking one of the funniest dudes alive. I love Theo Von. But we do got to go break. Come back. Talking Detroit Lions. New defensive line coach.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. I'm in love with that one. I'm this phenomenal hire. But first, tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where everyone, and we mean everyone, can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You can get all that for just $15 a month, or upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
If you are tired of your old Detroit sports merch, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab there. Get yourself some brand new merch, hoodies, tees, hats, all that at Woodward Sports. So head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab there. Get yourself some brand new merch.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on woodwardsports.com. Me, Joe, my Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream, especially the Detroit Lions fans, because Detroit Lions have officially replaced defensive line coach Terrell Williams with Casey Rogers from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 2019 to 2024. And in that time, Spinny, they had a top 5 run defense 5 consecutive years, 6 consecutive years. Before then, and this might even tune a little bit of the defensive coordinator, a little peek in that too. I think it is Calvin Shepard, because this guy also used to be a former defensive coordinator with the New York Jets from 2015 to 2018. And in that time span, cashed in 2 top 10 defenses. Once Darrell Revis left, they started to dip off a little bit. He had the emergence of Jamal Adams, who was phenomenal with the Jets. I remember looking at his numbers when we signed him. Phenomenal with the Jets. Obviously, dip off there with the Seahawks. Different defense, different play calling. But the fact that this guy has so much experience with a guy like Todd Bowles. And it's not like a situation where he was a coordinator for a little stint, 1 year. Like, we have Jim O'Neill on our staff. He was a defensive coordinator for the 49ers. 1 year, out, done, shit. He was the defensive coordinator 4 years with Todd Bowles, where they cashed in a top 10 defense multiple times. And not only that, he was the actual play caller. It's not an Andy Reid situation where, like, hey, Matt Nagy, come here, you can be my offense coordinator.
No,
I'm calling the plays.
was the decision maker.
He was the brain trust. And he's Todd Bowles' right-hand man. And he's just looking to find another opportunity where he can help call plays. And that's what it is here in Detroit, because I think Calvin Shepard might be our new defensive coordinator.
I would love to see it. But this hire by Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes for getting Casey Rogers in here is just an absolute home run hire. You look at, like you said, this is a guy who was from Tampa from 19 to 24, a Super Bowl winning defensive line coach in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You mentioned his run defense in Tampa Bay had never gone under 5th overall in the NFL, and the number of sacks that his defensive line acquired was never under 7th overall in the National Football League. Casey Rogers is a fantastic defensive line coach. This is a guy, like you said, he's been a defensive coordinator before. He's won a Super Bowl before as a defensive line coach. You bring him in here, and who does he have in Tampa that looked really good? Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey, who is a pretty comparable comparison to Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey.
DJ Reader, Mekhi Wingo.
DJ Reader and Lee McNeil. And I think those two guys and what they can do, he is going to unlock some of these guys. He is going to help this defensive line. Losing Terrell Williams was tough because he was a fantastic. Dan Campbell said he's the best defensive line coach in the NFL. Well, you got a guy that can argue that. You just replaced him with a guy that you could argue is the best defensive line coach in the NFL. Because like I said, think about that again. Those years in Tampa Bay from 2019 to 2024, the defensive line had never been under 5th overall when it comes to stopping the run and have never been under 7th overall when it comes to sacking the quarterback.
I think in those collective years, they rank 2nd amongst the league.
Yes.
In total sacks. This is a phenomenal hire. Again, beyond it being a great defensive line coach, you have that defensive coordinator experience that just kind of tells me Dan Campbell's got someone not to babysit, but to be a little bit of a brain trust in there on the defensive side of the ball. And you mentioned Kalijah Kancey. I don't think he comps so much to Lee McNeil. However, he does comp to a guy we just drafted in Mekhi Wingo, who I told you when we drafted him had the 2nd best get off on the 10-yard split since Kalijah Kancey. And obviously Kalijah Kancey, 1st round pick, Mekhi Wingo, not that. But I think he has similarities there. 7.5 sacks for Kalijah Kancey this year. And alongside, you put Vita Vea, our DJ Reader, and absolutely for sure he's going to make stuff work for Lee McNeil as well, too. You had Yaya Diaby kind of come out of nowhere last year as a rookie getting sacks. I think this is a phenomenal hire by every standard of measure. I love this.
Yeah, this is probably the best singular hire the Lions could have made to fill their defensive line coaching hole.
You want a little sugar on top, too? He interviewed with the Green Bay Packers as well, and he was their prime candidate to fill their defensive line coach spot. He sniped him.
And
there wasn't even a rumor of our interview. We were just hired.
And he spent time with Dan Campbell in Miami.
Former Pittsburgh Steeler as well.
This is just an absolutely home run hire for Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and the staff. Exactly what you needed.
We needed a win, fellas. We got one. Let's go. This is a good spot to start the offseason when it comes to these coaching hires, I think, as well. And I'm curious to see what kind of ammo he's going to be able to work with on that defensive line, too, with more guys coming in, whether it's from the draft or free agency. I mean, we saw just how depleted this team got this year, but this guy's going to have some young guys to shape as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, man. I was kind of concerned. I know everybody's kind of out on Broderick Martin, and obviously I think you'd be leaning that way just logically throughout this time. Him being inactive is not a good sign. But with Brad Holmes' picks, there's that 3-year threshold, and you get another guy who I believe can develop defensive linemen in the room, in the building.
Yes.
Mekhi Wingo, a guy that you guys, if you watch the show regularly, heard me kind of gush over as a draft pick. I think that's a guy who could turn something special in terms of just getting after the passer. I think this guy helps, especially coming off the coaching staff with Kalijah Kancey. And that defensive line's been rotating a shit ton too. Dominican Sue, JPP, there's been different faces in there. And to have that amount of consistency is a credit to coaching.
Yeah.
It really is.
It truly is. And it's just, like I said, this is the best guy you could have got to fill this role. Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell went out there and they got him. This is an absolute home run hire. Welcome to Detroit, Casey Rogers.
I think it's a pipe dream to think that he's going to restore Broderick Martin. Honestly, that's where I'm at. I think I'm out on B-Rod.
Forever? Like he's not going to play ever?
He's not going to play at a good level, I don't think.
I'm not out.
Maybe it's because the expectations are so high for these Brad Holmes picks, at least in my eyes.
I mean, it's not high expectations to expect him to play.
Yeah, true. I mean,
that's where I'm at. I don't know, man. I want to see him become
serviceable.
If you look at
NFL.
Vita Vea, I think today, this past year was like his season high in sacks. He's usually just been like a big body to stop the run, cause double teams. That's what Broderick's supposed to be doing. I'm not telling you to be a stud or anything like that, but I think you at least got to give him some time to see him on the field. I mean, he came out of what? West Virginia?
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky?
Yeah.
That's going to take some time to develop into something.
I'm not holding my breath for Broderick Martin.
Now, again, if you're logically, you'd be leaning on the foot out. But I'm just 3 years. That's my threshold for Brad Holmes picks. Levi Enrique, really didn't get to see. I guess his rookie year he had a few flashes, so there was something to believe in there. But it wasn't until this year you actually got valuable snaps out of him.
Yeah. He was injured. We haven't heard any injury stuff with Broderick. Levi was hurt.
But this guy, whether you don't believe in players or not, you can believe in Casey Rogers and what he can do. You can believe, believe in the heart of the cards. No, I
just gotta believe, Nick.
I expect guys to pick up where they left off under Terrell Williams. Like I said, Dan Campbell said Terrell Williams is the best defensive line coach in the NFL. This is a guy who could argue that. Seeing on what he's done in Tampa, like you said, he's got defensive coordinator experience. What
would you think of that, by the way? I think this kind of points to Kelvin being the guy.
They're interviewing Larry Foote for that role.
Yep.
Could be a Rooney Rule. type situation.
Well, Calvin would be a Rooney Rule too, though.
Yeah, but you need 2.
Oh, you got to interview 2 people?
You have to interview 2 minority candidates, yeah.
Oh, wow. She's just wasting 2 people's time. If you don't have
That's
intentions
so
of hiring them.
crazy.
That's actually
That's why
insane.
the Patriots put both of them on the same graphic.
I know it's 2 people. But Larry Foote.
They literally put their 2 Rooney Rule interviews on the same graphic. We interviewed 2 black guys today.
Probably
Put
tag
it up
the
there.
NFL,
Here
too.
you go, NFL. Yeah,
I mean, it's an
and Roger
interview.
Goodell.
That's what Commission said that they got it done. No, but I think having a guy like this, though, I mean, obviously it's a great hire by itself.
Great hire.
But I reached out to our guy, Samir. It's racist of me to keep making it Samir.
I mean,
That's terrible.
you could be.
I'm past it.
Yeah, yeah. You
But
can
anyway,
press-
I reached out to him, and because that's Todd Bowles' right-hand man.
Yeah.
The defensive mind,
Oh,
Todd
yeah.
Bowles. The guy you heard Dan Campbell kind of gush over to. Like, they respect each other tons. Well, he has interest in calling plays again. And this was going to happen under Todd Bowles because Todd Bowles is the defensive mind over there, and he's currently in the defensive line coach position.
Yeah.
Here in Detroit, obviously you're not the defensive coordinator, but if you're hiring a Calvin Shepard and he needs someone to bounce ideas off of, and or just doesn't even work, I believe it'd be this kid, not kid, he's a grown-ass man, Casey Rogers would be the one to step up in both those scenarios. And that's why I think this kind of points to Calvin Shepard being a defensive coordinator hire, like you originally said.
Yeah. Oh, it is only one minority candidate for coordinator positions.
Okay.
I think it's 2 for head coach. Yeah, it's 2 for head coach, only 1 for coordinator.
So initially, before I found out the Rooney Rule applied to coordinators,
Yeah.
and I saw that the Bears were interviewing Aubrey Pleasant, I spun around in my head like, oh, did Dan make a call to Dennis Allen?
Yeah.
But then I found out the Rooney Rule's a thing. But there's no anything about Dennis Allen interviewing anywhere right now.
No, there has been no content about.
So either the
Dennis Allen.
Bears is a lock or he just chilling. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe he's waiting for all the Rooney Rules then, and then he does interviews.
Wait for all these goddamn Rooney Rules.
Dude, it's crazy to me.
That's so messed up.
No, but I think this is a home run hire, and I haven't really been that way. I remember we hired John Smith, whatever the hell his name was, 2 years ago.
John Fox.
And we were defensive line coach.
Oh, okay.
John
Yeah.
something. Either way, we were trying to find like he was at Penn State, and then you're like, oh, Micah Parsons. Oh,
He
no,
wasn't there,
John
was he?
Smith still. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, there was like nothing attached.
Well, he saw Micah Parsons.
yeah, exactly. This guy has an actual like track record.
John Scott Jr. I think.
John Scott Jr. Yeah, I think that is what it was. But either way, this guy's called top 10 defenses 2 years in a row with the New York Jets.
Yep.
And then obviously #1 run defense 2 years
And
consistently.
he's won a Super Bowl.
And he's won a goddamn Super Bowl. Played for the Steelers too.
Played for the Steelers.
As a hard-nosed former player, like this is a perfect
hire.
Perfect pairing.
Perfect hire.
And for me, I'm looking like Calvin Shepard's gonna be your guy.
You sound disappointed.
No, not at all. No. Especially with this guy in the building.
Yeah.
I have the utmost confidence in Calvin Shepard. I think Dennis Allen was more qualified. But it is what it is. And the reason why I thought Dennis Allen was going to happen is, and we talked about it last night too, him in the 90s, he was a coach assistant for Texas A&M while Dan Campbell played there.
Yeah.
And obviously they coached together in New Orleans for 5+ years. There's obviously a relationship between those two. Mm-hmm. And I would just love to cock block Ben Johnson on that hire too. Just, hey, Dennis, come on over here. Come on.
That's fair.
Nick?
There was a super chat from Dante151. Did you guys see it?
Shout out. No, I did not.
Shout out.
Super chat from Dante151. He says, I cannot wait to see Max Clark play at Summer League. Jake Paul saying that is pitting all of his time and effort into WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Jake Paul is good at wrestling. Like, that's what he should be doing.
Was it Logan that's wrestling or Jake?
Or Logan. Yeah, Logan. Logan is good at wrestling.
Honestly, good for them. I couldn't tell them apart until they started like fighting and shit.
Yeah. They started doing roids.
They're all Logan Paul.
Jake Paul started doing roids and he got all
Yeah.
pimply. Shout out to Max Clark though. I'm excited to see that kid play for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 4 outfielder in the new rankings. Top 100 comes out tomorrow.
DNC ENT Aubrey Pleasant is a real candidate. He is the acting head coach for the Rams in the preseason usually, like Terrell Williams was for Vrabel in Tennessee. We'll see. Obviously, he was here once upon a time as our secondary coach.
Yeah.
That didn't end up working out. I think there was more of a rift between he and AG than anything else. Ended up letting him go. But that's what I'm saying with that's why I had a little bit of concern about these hires, is because it did take us a while until we found the right guys.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Bly was there. Aubrey Pleasant was there. And then you finally got to Shea Townsend, and you saw some respect out of the secondary. You also got respectful players in your secondary too, to be fair. But same thing with the defensive line coach. Like, it took us a little bit of time to find these guys. Kelvin Shepard wasn't Dan Campbell's original linebacker coach either.
Nope.
So, but with this hire, I truly like this one.
Remember,
The
that was
resume
Dan
speaks for
Campbell.
itself.
Dan Campbell was learning on the job, too. That was his first head coaching opportunity outside of an interim position. So he's learned from his own mistakes, and he's learned about the guys he wants and what he sees in coaches. And now we're seeing him make consistently good hires.
Yeah.
Yep, and word around the town. I mean, obviously, like, great locker room, great place to be right now. Like, I think,
Absolutely.
I mean, even if they do go outside for this DC or OC spot, like, it's going to be the top of the notch type talent when it comes to coaches. Like, they want to be here to then get their opportunity to become a head coach.
Bingo.
They know they're going to be successful here.
Yep.
Again, the departure of this guy wanted to call plays again, so it's
Exactly.
why he ends up here.
That was the whole thing with stunting growth of these coordinators, is you don't want to do that, because then you're sending a message to everybody outside and internally too. Like, you want to create a coaching tree that's successful. That's what will make your job even more appetizing than just the players or the money. Like, that's that extra push to get these big name guys.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. He has Aiden Hudson to work with too. He probably likes having that on his
Definitely
resume.
helps.
Gonna make him look pretty good this year, huh?
Annalie McNeil and DJ Reader.
Yeah. Caught this
And Darius
is the
Smith.
one. Shout
And
out to
Jack
Darius
Sawyer.
Smith.
And Jack Sawyer and
projected.
Broderick Martin, you know.
Projected in a mock draft today.
Hey,
yeah, and Brock.
If he could get Broderick Martin to be a dude, that's a feather in the cap for sure.
Dude, that's top of your resume.
Terrell Williams couldn't even get this guy on the field, and I got him playing in a rotation.
You at least need him to be in rotation. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, that's all. No, yeah, he just needs to play games.
Best
Don't be a healthy scratch. I don't think that's too much expectation.
When we lost that weight, we're like, oh, Brad the Bob.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The hit he made?
Oh.
Remember the hit he made?
Yeah. That
First play at camp.
And he started.
First play. He went to starters.
Defense won.
Pop Monty, right? Or was it Swift?
It was Monty.
Yeah.
I don't know if Swift would have survived that.
If he can get B-Rod, the bod to be successful in the NFL, I'll call him the best defensive coach of all time. I'll tell you that straight up.
Come on, Nick. Be patient.
Microwave.
But speaking of the best of all time, fellas, Feldman Chevrolet.
Oh.
Since 1996,
Oh.
Feldman
Segue.
Automotive has been
Whoa.
driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylists will take an industry-leading haircut. You can also get a relaxing neck shave, hot towel treatment, hot lather neck shave. That is karma. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome. Laurel, Yanny.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Smo Rax, Scotty Pippen in the T booth, Nick on the 1 to 2. Smash that like button.
Go.
Be a friend, tell a friend. Don't forget, if we hit $75 in super chats, Chris will do a key bump live on air.
If we get to $300 in super chats, Nick will let you guys cut his hair to whatever you decide. So if you want to do reverse mohawk, you want to do the Paul Feinbaum, whatever you guys want. $300 in super chats, and you decide Nick's haircut.
What's the price for Easy's Denny's?
$600. One of us will lock ourselves in Denny's for 12 hours.
12 hours. We
have to come to agreement on the increments of time each waffle takes.
I think it should be 10 minutes.
I think it should be 30.
I think we could settle on 20.
Also, possibly a case race live stream that doesn't stop until we win.
Possibly a marathon live stream next Friday.
Yeah.
Or Edward 40 hands.
Edward 40 hands. I'm down with that.
Chris in the TD booth.
Yeah. We should get a drinks to sponsor it.
$100 and Nick will mail you a vial of his spit. Now you guys like it.
Brad Holmes spoke to the media today. He had a couple treats for you. He was asked specifically, though.
Oh, sorry. I thought I saw a super chat.
Do you think Jared Goff would experience a drop-off after the departure of Ben Johnson? And he had this to say.
How do you think Ben's departure impacts Jared, and how confident are you he can keep ascending no matter what happens?
I feel very confident in that, just because that's the other thing with coordinators leaving, and if there's tweaks to scheme and all that. As long as Dan's the head coach here, and as long as I'm here, then those are things that we talk about that are not going to change. So it may be a scheme tweak here or there, but if a player's going to come in here, he's a Detroit Lion or he's not. Same as that question about, of a coach coming in here. So I think Jared in particular, that's something I know it's at the forefront of Dan's mind in terms of what's going to be the best thing for him. So I got faith that everything will be okay.
No. He does not expect to drop off of Jared Goff.
Oh, I thought you were saying, no, I don't agree with that.
Oh, no, not at all. He does not expect to drop off of Jared Goff. I don't think anyone should expect too much of a drop off of Jared Goff because we know what it is. Mm-hmm. These guys, this is how good they are. Because some people have a lot of coach speak, some people have GM speak, and there's been some of that at times, more so like they're the predictions of like what they expect this season, right? You want to keep that kind of stuff eternal because that's where it matters. But these guys tell you what it is. They're like if you're in a boxing fight with them, they're telling you, I'm a jab you, here comes his right, you're going out. They don't care if you know what they're doing because they know they're going to execute and follow through.
Yeah.
They've said it multiple times now. Dan Campbell, we have 3 guys we like in the house. One's gone already, I believe, is Terrell Williams. But the other guy, I believe, was Tanner Strand, Kelvin Shepard. Tanner Strand's going to be this offensive coordinator because he wants to keep that same verbiage. There's not going to be a drop-off for Jared Goff because they know what philosophy worked for him. They know what verbiage worked for him, and they're going to keep it that way in-house. And I still believe Dan Campbell probably calls plays in that situation.
Yeah, you're going to have the same offense you had last year. It's just going to have less of the sizzle, less of the trick plays, and a different feel
hey, guys, let's fake a fumble this week.
Yeah,
it's not going to have that stuff.
Tanner Strand or
Mark Brunell?
Tanner Strand or Mark Brunell. Whoever does get that job, I think it's between those two guys. They've been in this offense for multiple years now. They've been with Jared Goff for multiple years now. He is familiar with them. They are familiar with him. The system is the same to all of them. And you still got, last time I checked, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Sam Laporta, just to name a few. Like, you got the weapons there. It's pitch and catch in this offense. So, yeah, Jared Goff is going to be just as comfortable as he was last year. You're not learning anything new.
Mm-mm.
You're just making a few tweaks to what you decide to do in what situation, and then you go after it.
Now, I know some people had some issues with that scenario, 2 rookie coordinators. Are you in that same camp, any of you guys, Nick, Spinny?
Not really.
Scotty?
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all.
I'm not either. And I think like when around like the position coaches, like Hank Fraley's obviously got enough offensive coordinators interviews to believe that he is more than an offensive line coach. I think he'll be your veteran corner piece on top of Dan Campbell on the offense side of the ball, and including the fact that Jared Goff helped develop this offense that worked for him. Ben Johnson is on some hell type of a media run.
Yeah.
He's brought that up multiple times today. The conversation we all talk about where he and Jared locked themselves in a room for like 3 days with Chick-fil-A and freaking tropical smoothie and got her done. They know what they want to do on the offensive side of the ball. You already saw the veteran piece brought in for the defensive side in terms of like coaches, and our guy Tracy, or what's the hell's his name?
Yeah, Casey Rogers.
Casey Rogers. I think you're staying in the house, and I don't have an issue with it.
I don't have an issue with it either. These guys have been prepared to do this. They've been being groomed to do this. AG has been grooming Kelvin Shepard, and Ben Johnson has been grooming Tanner Strand to take these roles. Phil in the Woodward Sports Chat says, cannot use the same system. Well, they are. I promise it's not going to be different. This is the system they know. This is the system they run. It's the system they're going to continue to run. Tanner Strand's been a part of it. Mark Brunell's been a part of it. Hank Fraley's been a part of it. Scotty Montgomery just got to it last year.
Yeah.
Jared Goff's been a part of it his whole time here in Detroit. It's the same thing. They're going to do the same thing.
If anything changes, it'll be like the hot routes. It'll be
the verbiage changes every year.
That Jahmyr Gibbs already put out there.
Yes.
That's what week was that?
I don't remember. But
we went 15-2 with our information out there.
The verbiage changes every year. Your hot routes, what you say changes every year. Unless it's here we go.
Here we go.
That shit's so cringe, dude.
It's kind of hard.
I just hate Dak Prescott.
I hate Dak. I hate the Cowboys. And to be honest with you guys, it's not that fucking hard. Like if you have a left play, it's called Lucy.
Yeah.
If you have a play to the right, it's called fucking Ricky.
That's why you fuck with them.
Yeah.
And you make your left plays Ricky.
Crab,
right
Chloe.
Yeah.
Hey! You left. Just whatever word has L in it, you're typically going left. Whatever word has R in it, you're going right. But in terms of the actual play card, yeah. I mean, that's probably one out there.
Run up the middle.
The Lions had some pretty funny ones on there.
Yeah, they
Kardashians.
Kardashians.
I don't know what else is on there. But
there were some good ones. But yeah, you're going to see plenty of the same with the Detroit Lions offense, and that's a good thing.
What kind of grooming in PWM, you ask?
Discord mod grooming.
The best kind. Brad Holmes had more to say. It's more than just about Jared Goff. What are your actual, before we go to break, what are your actual real expectations? Do you think he'll do what he did this year?
Yeah, I think, yes.
Wow.
I think he's going to go out there.
MVP caliber?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you see the offense they have? Do you see the offensive line? Do you see the weapons? It's not like you say, he's not going out there and going Josh Allen where he's running around for 20 seconds and then amazingly finding a guy across the middle, across his body.
It's on the fucking money.
He's hitting guys on the money, on spots that they're going to be, and they can do it. It's not like we're asking Jared Goff to be Superman. You're asking him to be Magic Johnson, and that's what he's been.
Okay, social respect to Magic Johnson. That was
distributor.
Come on,
one of the best distributors, probably the best distributor of all time.
Boom, love it.
Who has most assists statistically?
Don't
call Scott Skiles.
Yeah,
don't you dare.
We don't talk.
Scott Skiles.
Scott Skiles.
We don't talk.
He's got the
about
most assists. I thought it was
in a game. Yeah,
John Stockton.
In a game. Yeah.
He's John Stockton.
John Stockton hit him with the no looker.
Relax.
He's John Stockton. You're not doing anything super crazy, but you're making the right play.
Well, Brad Holmes just said that Jared Goff has continued to get better, and he said he is just now entering his prime. Like if Brad Holmes is saying this, I believe it, and this is Brad's guy through and through, though. When he made the trade, he was going to get his guy. Jared is his guy. He's always had faith in him. He's always going to back him up. I don't think Jared Goff's going to take a step back, really.
And don't call him John Stockton.
He's John Stockton. He's not Magic Johnson.
Well, John Stockton didn't get a championship.
Marries teenagers.
That's the big guy.
Yeah, no. But if he's John Stockton, somebody's got to be Karl Malone. Who are you putting that on, Easy?
No.
You hear that? Easy thinks somebody on the Lions.
John Stockton didn't get a shit.
No, fuck John Stockton, dude. I could have had that many assists.
No championship.
They literally ran a pick and roll with one of the best low post scorers the NBA has ever seen.
That's what people
every single play.
That's what people say about Jared Goff.
What, they run a pick and roll every play?
The offense is you're stacked.
Play action.
Best offensive line, all
they
four wide receivers.
They literally spam.
One of the best deep threats.
They used to spam pick and roll. Like the Eagles spam.
We're gonna spam Jahmyr Gibbs this next season. Best believe it. It's shout out to Chef, actually. He's the reason why I did this. And I miss doing things like this. Going hardcore detective on these assistant coaches and coordinators. I listened to an interview of Tanner Strand back when he was a DC Defenders offensive coordinator. He likes to run the ball. and he's big on the Sean McVay.
Good.
Like it's the offense will be exactly the same, maybe a little bit more of running the football, which I know a lot of you Detroit Lions like to hear after that 3rd-and-1 play.
Damn, dude, no way.
What? Gromit just said, Jared Goff just threw another interception in the parking lot.
Is that him?
Is that who? What are you talking about?
This video of Terry Arnold falling down the stairs.
No.
What?
It's off season. He'll heal up.
It's pretty funny. I don't know if it's actually he posted it.
Send it to Chris. Send it to Scotty.
He said had a rough morning.
We'll go to break. Tell us about Dr. Pierce.
Dr. Pierce. I'll send it to Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty. Attention, sport. Why are you calling him Scotty?
He's Scotty Pippen.
Attention, sports fans. Don't miss out on expert
on
sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters, the official coffee of Woodward Sports. Make sure you check it out. It's delicious. Locally roasted specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com.
Oh, I thought you were playing the video.
Oh, no. I got it in 2 seconds.
Shout out Gun Guy. Take your pants
Real
off.
quick, too. And I love this guy. We're close friends, so I think we have this type of relationship. He's my boss. So this is risky. I could get fired. Love you, Stick. Stop fucking putting stuff out there about John Gruden and Jim Schwartz. Please.
That's what he's doing?
Yeah, because people are like retweeting like it's a thing. I mean, John Gruden could be back in the NFL. I don't think that's too crazy. But Jim Schwartz is currently the defensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns. We're not just imagining to get Jim Schwartz. It's not gonna. Where's the thought process here?
Did it.
Huh?
Eric Bieniemy did it.
He left. His contract was up.
Was it?
Yeah, he left like unilaterally, or he went to pursue a head coaching job.
But he just went to be he's an offensive coordinator for the
Redskins or a football team. I think that's where he went. I don't know where he's at now.
I don't know where he's at now.
I saw him with Colin Cowherd the other day. But Jim Schwartz is not a free agent. He's not up to. It's not a thing.
Go get him, Brad.
Also, I think Gruden's overrated. Sorry,
it's fair.
Like. The last step with the Raiders was ugly.
Good content will make it.
And when he won the Super Bowl, he got Tony Dungy's team. And that team was known for defense.
Yeah.
Not offense. Gruden's grossly overrated. Great character of a human being.
Great character.
Funny guy. Great nickname, Chucky. Way overrated.
Yeah, he's a better personality as a coordinator.
You know what I missed, though, for real? And I hope it comes back through Barstool? Gruden's QB camp.
Yeah. Oh, those were the best.
Those were awesome.
They should they're definitely gonna do.
Spider 2 wide split banana.
Spider 2 wide banana.
It's actually insane.
He is an encyclopedia of football knowledge. Like that man he's one of the best football brains on the earth. But
it's crazy.
It's just
just saying.
He's not gonna be the Lions offensive coordinator.
300 for easy and Whiteface. Let's fucking go. This is Xavier D. No.
Why?
Absolutely not. That'd be an $800 mission there.
Dude, you can't get canceled for whiteface, dude.
Yeah, I could get canceled.
I could get canceled.
Yeah. Ryan Clark did whiteface.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg does whiteface all the time.
Did you see Ryan Clark beefing with Marcellus Wiley?
No. For doing whiteface?
No, I don't know. Well, so I guess
I feel like Marcellus would beat the shit out of Ryan Clark. He's
for sure beat the shit out of Ryan Clark. You kidding me?
Giant.
That's why he's like in the replies, he's like laughing. I'm like, you don't get tough with me. Because, yeah,
he won't.
beat the fuck out of you.
Marcellus is a giant human being, dude.
Yeah, he's laughing. He's clowning.
What were they
the whole
beefing
time.
about?
I don't know. And I kind of agree to a certain extent, actually, if I'm being honest with you. He says Ryan Clark's a race baiter. Like, he'll give way more leeway to Lamar Jackson than he would Josh Allen. Like, I guess, he criticized Josh Allen in the win, which I get. He only had 127 yards, something like that. But he rushing touchdowns, too. But then he was like, give Lamar a break. And Lamar had 2 turnovers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Denver Blair says, Easy could do blackface, honestly.
I do it every day. Brown face.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say something for sure that would get me canceled. So you have the video of Terry on
$800 and Easy will throw his heart out.
Yeah. All right. Do we have the video? Because Terrion Arnold, if you haven't seen this, took a little tumble at his home today. This is Terrion Arnold from his security footage. He posted this on Twitter. Yeah, it's fine.
That reminded me of Joseph Fourier. Except for that was a bad situation.
He's fine.
Injured his ankle because his dog pushed him or pulled him off the porch or whatever. Who knows if that's a true story though? I feel like he was doing something else.
What up, Run the Ball? It could be a fake story. Remember, what did Joe Zumaya said he broke it doing what? And it was actually playing Guitar Hero?
Oh.
He's like, I was trying to save a child from a fire or something.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It wasn't that serious, but
that's actually crazy.
He said he was doing something, but he was playing Guitar Hero.
$200. I'll wear clown makeup. That's too low.
That's way too low. But you just said it.
Yeah, but I also said Chris is doing the key bump. $300. I'll wear clown makeup.
We can have Chris do a key
and
bump.
I'll talk about Jordan Love.
Salt or something.
I'll reiterate verbatim off script whatever I said about Jordan Love with clown makeup on. $300 super chat goal. And that's not one person paying $300. That's just like the goal of $300. If there's 300 more of you guys in the chat right now, if each one of you guys $10, it'd happen.
If all of you put $1 in right now, you'd be able to shave Nick's head, do whatever you want, and Easy would wear clown makeup talking about Jordan Love.
And then
that's valid.
Spinny would eat the prep.
And I'll eat the prep.
I hope that fucking happens.
All right, let's go to break. We're gonna come.
Let's go early break. Come back to Brad Holmes.
Yeah, we got more Brad Holmes to talk about. Tell us about Mark White.
Mark White, gonna do you right. Give him a call today. Make sure you guys save yourself some money on the closing costs of your new home. Up to $5,000 if you go through my guy, Mark White. Detroit Lions fan through and through. That's my guy, 248-290-8242 or visit my markwhitesales.com.
I don't know if I can eat all that.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
I was at Jars Cannabis today picking up some of that sticky iggy. Calm myself down about the departure of some of our best coaches we ever had in the history of Detroit Lions. So it is what it is.
Come on, man.
Visit shopjars.com to find one near you. There's 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, including ones coming to Grand Rapids, Milan, and Madison Heights. That's shopjars.com.
Tell your friend, tell your dad, tell your mom.
All right, if I depressed you during that ad read, I apologize. Yeah. I have good news. At least good news for me. More good news out of Brad Holmes today. He talked about a certain somebody, 2 somebodies, but I only grabbed the one clip for the certain somebody because it's somebody that I want the most, who he may be re-signing and returning to the team. There's mutual interest.
Easy wants this man.
Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you ever?
Is there, I guess, mutual interest at all there?
Yeah, I thought we got good. I thought we got very good play from him. I will be honest. I thought that he played better this year than he did the year before. That last year in Tampa, and he'll tell you that too. But I thought we got what we wanted to get. Obviously, unfortunate that we had to lose him and be without, but we're aware of not only just Carlton Zeitler, but we're aware of a lot of other guys that are either on expiring contracts, that had good contributions to our team this year, or guys that are worthy for an extension or in consideration for extension. And so no intense action yet, but we're very aware of it, and we'll go through our normal process, and we have updates. We'll make sure you guys know.
Clear as day, Brad Holmes has intentions to re-sign the CB1 of this team, who played this CB1 caliber football. My friend called him an All-Pro, Carlton Davis III. I love that, and I asked for it. We were kind of nervous, maybe a little bit too much money. No, Carlton Davis is gonna return to the team. Hopefully,
you love it. You love to hear it. Like he was playing lights out for the Detroit Lions this year until he did end up, unfortunately, fracturing his jaw. I would love to see Carlton Davis back. Like I said, 2 years would be perfect. You throw that third one in there for the weird verbiage and stuff like that. Could be.
It could be 4 years.
Could
honestly.
be 4 years,
and maybe it's like like a Geno Smith but cornerback version. The last 2 years are up to interpretation. If we want to keep you, we keep you. And this is the cornerback snob who's been satisfied by the guy that you see him go out of pocket, out of character, give it the third round pick that he knew he was getting back because AG getting his coaching job, and then he grabbed the guy and it fucking worked out. And we haven't had a good corner here since Slay.
No, and he was truly locked down this year. Like you need him out there. And,
he was great.
His mentorship for guys like Terrion Arnold and Dennis Rakestraw is huge. We've heard Slay talk about Mathis and how much he helped him in his growth.
Yeah.
So bringing back Carlton Davis III, C. Murda, C3PO, Nipsey Davis, Carlton Hustle, whatever you want to call it, he is essential. I was worried about the years, but Brad's down. Do whatever you got to do, Brad. Nick, I know you hate re-signing injured players.
Oh, stop it. Carlton Davis was the guy that I say you got to bring back because obviously he is CB1 playing, and if Terrion does turn into that, that'd be great. You finally have two extremely good cornerbacks that you can actually rely upon to go with that defensive line that's healthy, that's getting to the quarterback, and that top 10 defense that we saw at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So that to me is, music to my ears. And I think for Brad to give up a third rounder, like, he really liked Carlton Davis. He doesn't give up draft capital. So he wouldn't do that for just the rental. I think he ultimately gets re-signed here a couple years, 2 to 3 years.
And I like that it's more than just a rental too, because we didn't cash in the Super Bowl.
No.
You hired the missionary and you didn't get the mission done. And it would have sucked. But he's only 28 years old.
Missionary.
He had arguably his best season here at Detroit Lions. And if you are concerned about Terrion Arnold, you don't have to ask him to be CB1 because you have your CB1.
Yeah.
And he can stick with with the other guy. And I'm cool with that.
I prefer doggy style than missionary, but I agree. I think
we're talking about men.
I think you.
So you're stuck.
You said you wanted him. I think that this guy is essential for the defense. And like I said, I was worried about the number. I was worried about the year. But if it's 2 to 3 years, you bring him back, you're good to go. We'll see how much. Maybe he can get him at a discount because of the injury. And remember, he was playing so well with a broken thumb. He was doing it with a broken thumb. Like, the guy was out there balling, man.
2 interceptions against the Texans. The thing I like the most about him, and this was something we told Sammer said it's not going to be a thing, him turning the ball over. We saw the 2 interceptions against the Texans, and it just seemed like he punched multiple balls out this year. I'd have to find the actual numbers. I know for damn sure he had at least one against Green Bay. Like, he's got that veteran savvy to where he's looking to get those turnovers. And as we discussed this entire week after a certain game that you guys know what I'm talking about, turnovers are the biggest deciding factor in football games 96% of the time. That's an actual stat. 96% of the time, the team that wins a turnover battle wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this contract from a perspective of, so are we thinking it's 2 years or do you think it will be longer? Like, if I set the over-under at 2.5, what do you think the contract's going to – you think it's going to be over?
Yeah.
Easy?
What's that?
contract 2.5. You taking the over/under on years?
Oh, over. I think it'd be a 4-year deal. I really do. 4-year deal where like 3 of the years are actually like materialized or actually like guaranteed like money somewhat within there.
Okay, Nick.
Because this is his 3rd contract as an NFL player. Like to take care of yourself, you got to cash in. Yeah.
What's the number you're looking at then?
I'm thinking 14.
Yeah,
14 a year?
14,
42
15.
mil.
Yeah.
3-year, 42 mil.
Nick, you thinking that's what it is, or?
I think
that was me thinking off rip. Yeah, I mean, I think it was 13.8 at the projected that we went through the other day.
Yeah.
So 14 mil. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Fully guaranteed. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you guys
fully guaranteed 3 years?
Are you?
Oh wow!
Is that too long of a contract to then have these young cornerbacks that you just invested serious capital in? Are you looking at that?
The difference between hockey, or actually I couldn't even tell you too much about hockey contracts, but NBA it's guaranteed. You're there. You're locked in. You're getting every single one of those dollars, and you're going to be there. And let's say you guys work something out. NFL, it's all about the guaranteed dollars in the contract, and that 4th year. Don't be alarmed by it because you could cut it. Like it's that 4th year is not guaranteed. It's just like, hey, if you're performing to the level we signed you at, then yeah, we're there. Or you see it all the time. That's why veteran guys get cut during training camp. That's how we ended up with Tim Patrick. He got cut.
What was DJ Reader's deal? Was that 3 years or was that 4 years?
I think it might have been 3.
And David Montgomery's was a 3-year extension.
Yes, but I think
Alex Anzalone's was a 3-year extension.
Yeah,
I would be surprised if he gets more than 3 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're him, though, I think you get 4 on the market. But the years don't matter at all. You could put a Fugazi. Jared Goff right now, the last 2 years of his contract, Fugazi.
Yeah, for sure.
If you make it there.
Pixie does. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like if you make it there, good. If not, like we're cutting you, whatever it is. It's how we got Tim Patrick. It's like he signed a big contract. He made it to that 3rd year. They're like, fuck, well, you're not really willing to pay you this $13 million anymore because you're not a $13 million player anymore.
Yeah.
Cut, and then he goes to Detroit Lions. That's the type of deal Carlton Davis is going to get.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried about not the Terry Arnold part because I expect that two's opposite of Carlton Davis for that next contract. But if you re-sign Carlton Davis, I do then wonder Ennis's role in this team going forward. Like I just feel like you invested a not substantial amount of capital, but I think you put a lot of faith in that guy, and I would be more comfortable if the Carlton Davis deal was 3 years where you could get out after the second type of thing, because then you kind of if you have to let Ennis cook for a year or two, that makes sense to me. But anything beyond that, I mean, at that point,
all due respect to Ennis Rakestraw, he hasn't proven to be Carlton Davis in the league yet.
Yeah. No. And he was taking a lot of snaps, and he was fighting for the slot position as well. Mm-hmm. So, like, you need 3 at the very least. Yeah. 3 good cornerbacks.
So I believe this is a Meeks last year.
This is a Meeks last year. Next year is a Meeks last year on his deal.
Yeah, and that's where you decipher that, because he's probably going to be your nickel. But regardless, Brad Holmes, the psychopath, brilliant, evil madman, you took all these dogs, you put them in the cage.
Yeah.
And dog eat dog.
Dog eat dog.
Top
Let the best
dogs
man
come
live.
out. It is what it is. Like Ennis, we drafted your brother, but like you're not, your job's not just given to you. You got to compete and earn it.
Sure. Just a fan says $100 for Chris to dress full Amish and do an Amish show.
Oh, I like that.
I think 200. I think 200, but I'll do it. What do I need for that? Like a
150?
I would just say a suit and a top hat. Yeah.
Or you got to get the.
Yeah, with suspenders. You got suspenders?
I used to. I don't know if I still do.
Store?
I used to for a Halloween costume, but yeah, $2. No, I'm not worried about that.
$300. We'll secondhand store shop for each other. You just gotta wear whatever the other person bought you.
That's good. That's a good one. 300. I'm in.
300.
300. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
Salvo store.
Abe Lincoln or Amish, whichever you guys decide.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, for 150, 200.
You put the hat on and you're Abe Lincoln.
I feel like 200, or should we do 150?
You gotta wash the shit though, boys. You get some like serious, like nasty rash.
Dude, I used to find some fire.
That's gross.
At the secondhand store, I found. I used to have this Florida State hoodie or sweater. It was like the letter was like jersey, dude.
That's where you should. That's where everybody, kids out there, get your first suit at Salvation Army. You need a suit for a job interview. You need a suit for a work fair or wherever you're going for school, for graduation. Go to Salvation Army. Find the nicest looking suit they got. Cost you fucking maybe $20 for the jacket and the pants, and then you go get it tailored. So that's a nice suit for $50.
We did get breaking news, and I probably should have got to that before we went into the suit conversation there. But shout out to DNC, reminded me. Liam Cohen is back in the building for Jacksonville. And I guess he's expected to sign the deal and become the head coach.
Head coach?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh.
That means multiple things. Rob Salah back in the mix.
Back in the mix.
I thought he was going to be the Jaguars coach. That was over. I forgot Mike McCarthy's out there too. I thought Jaguars should sign him. I put in the prep actually. Should they sign him? But Detroit Lions conversations, or we can talk about Rob Salah if you'd like. Zeitler was also one of the conversations he talked about too. That they had spoken to each other. He's coming back to football. Just figuring out if he wants to test the market to see what type of deal
test the market to see the line. We'll see. We'll see.
Accept when the Lions.
We need the Lions offensive line to do a Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan situation. Go lock Zeitler in his house.
Yeah.
Bring him a bunch of footballs. I feel like that's the only thing he likes. So
yeah,
play Madden with him. Eat eggs. Just
football-shaped pancakes.
Yeah, football-shaped pancakes. Getting Kevin Zeitler and Carlton Davis back would be huge for this team.
Be huge. And I think Zeitler, you get a little bit of a discount. I think that's why, and I should have grabbed the clip. Brad was kind of talking about allowing him to test the market to see what his value is. But I think you 100% bring him back. Love Graham, and Spinney made a phenomenal point. You keep him for your center,
utility
backup
guy.
Center spot. But Hawkins ready to start now.
Yes, he is.
He had the best PFF grade following that playoff game. He's ready to go, and he's going to be better come next year. And rumors are someone's Dennis said Hank Fraley's staying. So
Dennis Allen and Rob Salah. Oh man,
Rob Salah.
Two third rounders. Rob Salah.
You think he's coming?
Dennis Allen. He fits that vampire mold, that white guy vampire mold. Dennis Allen.
But do you get two?
Am I making that a new minority so we can gain from that?
It could be. It should be. Vampires are minorities.
Like a vampire.
Not everybody's a vampire.
That is true. Dude. If I had to pick between the two, I'm taking Salah.
Is anybody like again? I'm thinking more Kelvin Shepard. I mean, obviously, yesterday I flipped to Dennis at a certain point, but the fact there's no like outside of Larry Foote today, no conversations, any type of interviews going on. I think it's Kelvin Shepard's job. Like, why wouldn't we have called Rob Salah? Why isn't that out there yet?
Yeah.
You know, is he just too proud to come here?
He's got beef with Dan.
Kinda.
Two alphas.
Because he wanted to be the head coach here. That was his dream job.
You guys called me a madman.
No,
That's my own
I
thought.
agreed with you.
That's my own thought.
What?
Two alpha dogs.
Why are you
fighting
madman?
it out.
Because I was wondering if
button heads?
Yeah, and just the fact that he went for the job that Dan Campbell ultimately got. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it could be under wraps, or maybe Salah was not really looking at the Lions because he was banking on that Jacksonville job or what have you, and now he's going to pivot and reconsider. You know, these things are fluid. You know, they happen. So I'm not ruling out Rob Salah just yet, but I do think it is unlikely. I hope I'm wrong.
Does Salah bring picks with him, says Gun Guy? No, but if he gets hired as a head coach after he leaves here, they get 2 third rounders because he is a minority. Let's go to break.
As a Lawrence Stan believer, whatever you want to call it,
what?
Is Liam Cohen ready to be a head coach after 1 year?
No. That's your guy.
Because,
that's your guy, Trevor Lawrence.
That's why I put it on Twitter the other day. I'm like, they have to fucking go all in for Mike McCarthy. If they don't get an offensive guy, Lawrence is fucked.
Yeah.
Lawrence is cooked. I got to talk to Samurai, I guess. I asked Chef this last night. If you're an offensive guy, who do you think would be better for Ben? Caleb or Trevor Lawrence? Like, who would you rather coach?
Caleb. Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
T-Law.
No, but T-Law's already got the contract. Caleb, you got freedom.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah, we gotta get some of Ben's spit. Check his ancestry so we get a 3rd round pick out of that.
Yeah. He's 0.2% sub-Saharan African.
Yeah. You see if he needs
Counts!
Getting free. All right. Let's get a break.
Yeah.
Let's go to break.
Let me tell you about 1800 Tequila, the smoothest tequila in the game, the best tasting tequila, and they have partnered up with the Detroit Lions and Woodward Sports for an awesome Lions season. And make sure when you are shopping for 1800 Tequila, you get one of the custom-made Lions bottles, one of those special bottles. 1800 Tequila, the best tasting tequila in the game. When you drink it, please, all I ask is that you drink it responsibly.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
That's not. That's not funny. Soroki's. Crispy chicken and pizza, guys. If you aren't doing your game days at Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza, and there's 7 flavored of signature wings, you're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All the girls date guys that goes to Soroki's. If you're not going to Soroki's, you're not going to get any girls or whatever you're into. It's Soroki's.com. Find one near you.
Dolphins.
Are you in the Dolphins? You better be in the Soroki's, bro.
Aren't dolphins those mammals that are like they're like
Rape?
assholes?
Dolphins rape.
Yeah.
Dolphins do
I was
rape.
gonna say
They
great.
rape.
There are only 3 mammals in the world that have sex for
Pleasure.
I thought there was only 2. I thought it was
No,
just us
it's
and them.
dolphins, us, and emperor penguins.
I also call cat. I've seen videos of monkeys jerking off.
Yeah, but they're trying to spread their seed, trying to have babies.
Just no.
Or it's for disrespect.
Oh, they are crazy.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Let's get back on track. This is going too far off. We're talking about monkeys.
How many cats do you think you
masturbating.
can kill in waves?
Do we have a video of Brad talking about Terrion?
We don't. We have another video about making a swing.
Let's do that.
All right.
Brad Holmes on the off-season agenda, and if anything will change going forward, because they pretty damn close to winning the Super Bowl last year.
Had that one veteran and give up picks for later, or give up young players to get something that will put me over that last hump.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we've done that in the past where we've added some veteran players, whether it's free agency or, we had a trade for a veteran pass rusher and expend draft capital for that player. So we're not scared of that. It has to be the right player. So you can't look at it in kind of a transactional mindset and say, well, we got to get this veteran player and get rid of, if it's the right veteran player that can help us and it's the right fit, then we have no problem doing it if it's going to help our football team. But we've always said we're going to build through the draft, and I think that's why we're in the position that we're in from a quote-unquote window standpoint of having the comfort to keep building like we have been.
You knew this. You knew this. I'm just saying, And I'm part of the crazy crowd too. I hope that the Max Crosby stuff falls in your lap. And he talked about making the phone calls too for defensive ends.
Yeah.
He says one of the hardest things. He said it is the hardest thing he ever did in his time as general manager was trying to find that prime time or just another guy you can start alongside on that defensive line at the edge position specifically. That was tough to get out of there. Yeah. He's not making any big swings. They're going to continue doing what they do.
Yeah.
And then, you know what, guys? It's working.
Yep.
He's so goddamn good at his job that the guys he's drafting are plug and play. And that's very rare. That doesn't happen everywhere else. Here, you're able to do it. And you've had a phenomenal coaching staff to help those things along. But I suspect they have that same confidence in the new guys they're going to hire.
No, It's what I said yesterday. Like, the splash you get from Brad Holmes is in the draft. The big moves you get from Brad Holmes are re-signing these all-pros that he consistently drafts.
Mm-hmm.
When
or
you
he moves up.
Or he moves up. When you look at guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, Samuel Laporta, Jameer Gibbs, all draft picks of Brad Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
All guys that are going to make all-pro teams or already have made all-pro teams in their career. So it's what it is. He's never going to go out and trade for somebody else's star. He's got his own stars that he's worried about. He'll go out and get some nice ancillary pieces. He'll go out and get a Carlton Davis. He'll go out and get a DJ Reader. Some great pieces you can put together. But he's not going to trade 4 first-round picks. We've learned this already.
Yeah,
as painful as it was for the first couple of years, we learned it now. His splash plays are signing his Pro Bowlers, his All-Pros that he drafts.
Come free agency, as tempting as it is, you got to put on the blinders. None of those sexy names are coming here.
Nope.
Just get out of your head.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. What you can start to get a little excited for, a little red rocket, if you will, in the draft. If there's a guy, we've seen him do it multiple times
every year.
Jameson Williams. Even last year, Terry Arnold. It's every year at some point in the draft, he's moved up to grab a guy.
He's moving around in that first round. He likes to move around in that first round.
Jameer Gibbs.
So, you see that's where he's going to make the big trade, the splash trade, the oh my God, he just did that, is in the draft. And we'll see if he does it again this year. And I'm telling you what, I would put my money on it that the Lions aren't going to pick where they're supposed to in the first round. I feel like it's almost a safe bet at this point.
Last year we picked 28, and then we ended up picking 24th. And I think it's a similar situation. After seeing Jared Verse this year, I do wish he made that spot to, 19 I ended up going.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
That kid is a dog. Talking shit to the Philly fans.
He's really good.
Philly having that offensive line. And you come away with the 2 sacks and the chaos.
Chasing, going stride for stride with
that was some gangster ass
Saquon
shit.
down the sideline.
As a rookie?
Yeah, he's a dog.
Crazy work. I'm glad we survived that. Did he? I think he sacked off.
I think he did too.
It was either him or
I know
Young.
Kobe Turner did.
I mean, that team.
Byron Young, Kobe Turner, Fisk, and Jared Verse. I told you, they got some mean pass rushers.
They might have reopened that window.
Yeah. Steve Wiles, by the way, I believe it's a third this year, and then a third in 26.
Mitten Maid says trade up for Mason Graham. I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but I would doubt Brad Holmes would trade all the way up to the 3rd pick in the draft.
Yeah, you got to get like
you
top
gotta get
7.
you got to get in the top 5 if you want Mason Graham.
Yeah, I saw some draft guy out there recently put there's a lot of defensive tackles in this draft.
There is.
Brad likes them thick.
And he likes doubling up.
He likes them big. He likes them chunky.
I think Moto likes you.
Yeah, Brad's Moto.
He is for sure.
Different Michigan guy might be their defensive tackle. Kenneth Grant, freak athlete.
He's coming out?
Well, he is coming out.
I love Kenneth Grant. I think he might be a better pro.
Really?
I really do.
Wow.
I mean,
is it because Mason Graham's white?
Yes.
Is it
He
marginalized my white players.
Mason Graham is like, I hate to say this because we did it with other people, but he is
that was a joke, everybody. Though.
Aaron Donald type build.
Nah.
That's how he
way
plays.
Bigger. He like 6'3"?
No, Mason Graham's not that big.
Get out of here.
Kenneth Grant is like he's like a Dexter Lawrence type.
Yeah,
build.
he's fucking huge.
He is a giant.
But he's uber athletic. He moves very well.
That time he ran down the guy on Penn State.
Like I said, he's like Dexter Lawrence,
like
Chris Jones type guy. While Mason Graham's more of a...
Mason Graham's 6'5".
6'5"? No way.
Yes.
He does not look that tall.
Dude, he's fucking huge. What are you talking about?
He does not look... I doubt it.
He's bigger than Kenneth Grant. I thought Kenneth Grant was tall.
There's no way.
Mason Graham's 6'5".
Well,
according to Juggle.
Just an absolute disruptor, Mason Graham. I feel like Kenneth Grant.
But to be fair...
looks bigger.
Kenneth looks bigger, right?
Yeah, Kenneth for sure looks bigger.
There's no way Mason Graham's 6'5".
To be fair, we've seen this in drafts. Like, Cade Cunningham was 6'9" when we drafted him, and turns out he's 6'7".
They had Bryce Young at like 5'6". Like,
they had Bryce Young at 5'2". We all know that's not true.
I just think Mason Graham will end up being the guy that eats the blocks, where Kenneth Grant,
6'5", 250. There's no way.
Dude, how do you like? He's
6'5", 250 does not look like Mason Graham.
He's a walking refrigerator.
There is no way he's 2 inches taller than Kenneth Grant.
Yeah, that part is actually a little trippy. Did you know that he was taller than Kenneth Grant?
No, I did not know he was 6'5". But
see, this Wikipedia says he's 6'3".
What is
Kenneth Grant?
NFL Draft Buzz says he's 6'3". University of Michigan Athletics says he's 6'3". Okay, yeah. What the fuck are we doing here, Google?
Yeah, 6'3", 320. I got at 247 Sports.
Yeah, 6'3", 320. That's for sure.
250
That
they had
makes
him
more
at?
sense. 6'5", 250.
That's a basketball player.
Yeah. Okay.
We are not getting Mason
Still
Graham,
bigger than Aaron Donald.
Google, you got to fix that.
They do. And also in Google, if you type in Tanner Strand's name, it pops up some Italian guy.
The measurables are going to come out. Mason Graham's going to look like he's 6'2".
I
That's what it's
believe
going to be.
if you type in Terrell Williams' name, it pops up Colton Pouncey of The Athletic.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I saw him tweet that the other day.
The only way that the Lions could ever get Mason Graham is if like some dumbass team like the Vikings made a ridiculous trade, like how how we got Jamison Williams. Like that was the worst trade of all time, I think, ever by the Vikings. That was horrible value for them.
You said you didn't like the JMO trade?
No, for the Vikings to let us go from 32 to 12.
Yeah.
That was like, it was a ridiculous
And we
trade.
only gave, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was like
And
the
Aaron
dumbest trade
Donald's-
I've ever seen. Shout out the Vikings for that
Aaron
dumbass
Donald's
shit.
They grabbed Mason Graham.
Aaron
And
Donald's
Lewis seen
6'1",
out of the league.
295.
Aaron Donald's 295. I guess he's all fucking muscle.
Yeah, bro. And he's sick. He's a bear. Mason Graham is a bear. Like, watch him play. That's what he looks like to me.
Are you in or
So
out?
he's 2 inches taller than Aaron Donald?
If it was Kenneth Grant at 28, how would you guys feel?
I would like that.
I love that. I think Kenneth Grant's going to be an absolute dog. The same way I felt about Keanu Benton, but even more athletic.
I would, yeah.
And Keanu Benton ended up being a guy, by the way.
Kenneth
I think
Grant would be amazing.
As like actually applying myself to like the draft shit, he's like, I think defensive line's my specialty, the heavies.
Yeah.
I like Kenneth Grant a lot.
Did somebody say spotlight? Prospect spotlight?
Moonlight. Once I get over my depression, I think I'll be ready to do that.
I don't understand why, if you Google it, it says Mason Graham 6'5", and then you look at the first 6 articles, it says 6'3", 6'3", 6'2", 6'2". That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're gassing him.
I mean, honestly, it is.
Yeah, Detroit Arrow says 6'5", 250. That's a beast of a linebacker. Yeah, that's a SAR. Like, no. A SAR's a
6'3", 320.
Yeah.
What is Kenneth Grant?
Kenneth Grant is 6'4".
Yeah,
Are
so
you
he
going
looks
off
taller.
rip, or did you look it up?
No, that's me off because he is bigger than Mason Graham.
It says he's 6'3". 6'3", 339.
So he's probably 6'3". Mason Graham's probably 6'1", 6'2".
Damn.
I'm excited to
This
see
guy
those guys
lost
in the
4
pros.
inches in 8 minutes.
There's no 6'5", 250 is just completely wrong.
Yeah.
Who's the kid that came out of there last year?
6'5", 250
Chris
top.
Jenkins.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris what?
Jenkins.
Chris Jenkins. What did he end up doing this year?
I don't even know where he went.
Chris Jenkins, yeah, he's no Mason Graham or Kenneth Grant.
No, he's
Hell
too
no.
small. I remember saying I think I was arguing with Broder about that.
So if you're saying he's too small, there's another guy coming out that I was maybe looking at in the second round, Josiah Stewart, originally from Coastal Carolina.
He's
he
an
played
edge rusher,
edge for Michigan.
Yeah.
Is he too small? Because like he's a similar-ish to like a James Houston type.
That depends on who we get at defensive coordinator. We know Aaron Glenn, like the big body guys, the guys that can do it all, the Pascals, the putting Levi at edge, stuff like that. He didn't really like the smaller rush guys, but I would not mind seeing Josiah Stewart be a Detroit Lion.
Yeah.
He looked pretty fucking good. He can get to the quarterback, man. So we'll see. Obviously, we sound like, draft all the Michigan guys, but all these defensive guys are legit for Michigan coming out this year. So
what do you think Will
we'll
Johnson
see.
goes?
I still gotta. I'm giving it at least till after the Super Bowl before I start really diving into prospects.
I think Will Johnson.
Chris Jenkins
goes top 10.
6'4"? I don't remember being 6'4".
No,
He had
Chris
some-
Jenkins 6'4", Mason Graham's 6'5". Like,
Oh, I'm looking at his dad. Okay, got to do the junior in there. All right, we'll be back from break.
6'5", 250 is Jack Campbell. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't fix it, Google.
Now, God damn it!
Damn it!
If you guys
The
want
heavyweights
to,
have spoken.
if you guys want to do spotlights, let us know what positions you like to do. What position are you thinking? Where are you gonna start? This year?
I got to do 3 centers for DMAC, so I could do that.
Bleh. You like offensive linemen, though.
Yeah. Bleh. We can do edge. I mean, that's always high.
Edging.
We can edge.
$300 super chat.
On Monday, we'll start edging.
Live on air. Then Chris will do a key bump up.
Why do you just want Chris to do drugs all the time?
Because that's what he does all the time. Football's big game is right around the corner. Make sure you're ready to get the most out of your favorite sports with the best sportsbook made in Michigan from Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Fund your online account with cash and no need to link a credit card or bank account. Get 100% deposit match up to $1,000 and 50 free spins. Visit eagle.com and download the Eagle Casino and Sports app today. Look for Eagle Casino and Sports for Android and Apple users today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports welcomes the Winter Blast by Soaring Eagle and Casino Resort. Let me start that again. From the top, Woodward Sports welcomes Winter Blast presented by Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Starting Friday, January 31st, going through February 2nd in downtown Royal Oak. Hey, that's near me. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Show will be there from 2 to 4 on Friday. Don't miss cool events like free ice skating, spectacular ice sculptures, live music, heated tents, marshmallow roasting, food trucks galore, and thrills from 300-foot zip line. The best of all, the admission is free. For info, go to winterblast.com.
Chris knows all about Winter Blast, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
$75 key bump for Chris.
Call Key Bump Chris.
Yeah.
Key Bump Scotty.
Hitting the slopes all year long.
We'll make this a 9-hour stream, baby.
$700 super chat and Chris will drop the hard R live on air.
No. Dirt Bike Kids, 187. Do we prioritize quarterback, linebacker, or D-line in the draft?
D-line and O-line.
Best player available.
That is true.
That's how Brad does. He flexed it today. He's like, we got a pretty good damn linebacker room, and I took a linebacker first round.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he said it. You go through free agency to fill your needs.
I think the best way to identify like what they're going to do, at least in the first round, find who the dogs. You
find that fucking dog.
You find that fucking dog. It goes to the scout room. He says it every year. You get out there and you find that fucking dog.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it. We identified Terrion Arnold us last year as a dog. Went up there, got that dog. I think that's the best way to do it in the first round.
For sure. You like I said, Brad said it all. He says it all the time. Free agency is for filling needs. The draft is for acquiring talent. He's going to draft the best guy on his board. And we know his boards don't look like a lot of GM's boards in the NFL. So please, Detroit, this time, don't question him and what he's doing.
And he said it as well today, too. I don't know if it's in that clip specifically that we played because my headphones are all janky right now, but he doesn't feel needs based on like, oh, there's a superstar, I'm going to go get him.
No.
Feels needs on depth.
Yeah.
However, we got
because he drafts superstars.
Yes,
he drafts superstars. So he fills the needs on like a Carlton Davis, like a DJ Reader. You bring in these guys that you feel are going to go do well. They're going to mentor the guys you draft, and they're going to be a part of your team until the guys that you draft are ready to be stars.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, he went up and got a cornerback this year in Terrion Arnold. I know we've talked about him a lot this week. When we had the draft talk last year, I wanted him to go up and get a blue chip type, difference maker for like future Pro Bowler, like potential All Pro type guy. Do you guys still believe Terrion Arnold can be that in the NFL? Is he going to be a difference maker at cornerback, or do you guys think that Terrion Arnold is like a good cornerback?
Terrion Arnold is going to be cornerback 1 on this team. Like, Terrion Arnold is going to be a difference maker.
Blue chip type guy.
Terrion Arnold will be an elite cornerback in this league. I believe in it. I see it. Obviously, he's a rookie. Like, I don't know.
I think
these Lions fans expected him to come in here and be sauce or to come. Yeah, that's not what happens at cornerback in the NFL.
That was an anomaly.
Cornerback is notoriously the hardest position to learn in the NFL. It is the hardest position to transfer from college to the pros. You're starting off running backwards against some of the best athletes in the world. Like, he's going to get a lot better. He has the chops. I expect Terrion Arnold to be an elite cornerback in this league.
Also, that entire class is more viewed as like prospects with upside than they were like Sherlocks at their position. That's why you didn't see a defender come off the board to like 14. You didn't see your first cornerback come off the board to like 24. Although there are 3 cornerbacks that had good rookie seasons. Like, it can happen.
Mitchell.
But you can't just shut down a cornerback after one season. And Sauce was drafted 4th overall. Terrion was drafted 24th overall.
Yep.
Not the same prospect if you're keeping it a buck. CB1, maybe in the future. I think all the above is up in the air, from CB1 to quality guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. You drafted a guy at 20. If you took him at 4, have some beef if he's not fucking CB1 lockdown all-star. At 24, be happy if he's get a quality guy. That's just the reality of the draft sometimes.
And when a guy's entire defensive line and pass rush dies in front of him and both of his corners that were supposed to mentor him died.
Yep.
Rich Baldwin, he wasn't even Mikey Sandstro. Mikey Sandstro is the anomaly. Mikey Sandstro's a dog. Yeah. And that people were saying that in the draft, people like leading up to it said he should have went first round. He did go first round, didn't he?
Second round.
Second round, disgusting. And he's playing outside. He was supposed to play nickel.
He also went above Rake Shaw, so it's not like we could have got him in the second round.
Yeah, Mikey Sanders still got targeted 96 times.
I
just
let up
a
saw
60% completion percentage, 740 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
And he's not even up for Rookie of the Year.
Let's see.
And I will say, the reason why I brought up the Terrion Arnold thing is because I want to go back-to-back first-round defense and on the defensive line this year to pair with a Hutchinson, an Aleem, a DJ Reader. You know, I need a lot more, talent on this defensive line. A lot of people got hurt this year, but you need to replenish it. And I think this offense is going to remain elite no matter what. But you do need another absolute dog on this defensive line, especially with all the injuries.
Yeah, and like I said, Mikey Sanders's stats. On 96 targets, he allowed 58 completions for a 60.4 completion percentage for 740 yards and 6 touchdowns. Terrion Arnold's rookie stats. On 90 targets, he allowed 50 completions for a 55.6 completion percentage, 660 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So, better coverage stats, but obviously Sanders still had the picks. And that is a huge factor.
And in a man coverage, your cornerbacks aren't going to see a lot of picks. They're locked up man coverage. Your safeties are going to get that stuff.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of interceptions in man coverage unless you're just an absolute dog like that. And you just ran the route for the wide receiver. And
he played a majority of slot this year. And that's why he said he led all rookies in tackles. Yeah, it's very close to the line of scrimmage. It's a lot easier to get tackles at the slot corner than it is the outside corner.
I don't know. It says watch Brad end up drafting a tight end from Penn State.
That kid's
a dog.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at all, to be honest with you.
Colston Loveland's going to be a fucking freak.
You think he'd be better than the kid from Penn State?
He's going to be right there with him. He didn't have a quarterback throwing to him.
Yeah.
Colston and then when JJ was the
I think
quarterback,
more
we didn't
receiver,
throw
the kid
the ball.
from Penn State, be like whatever, like some freaky shit.
Yeah, he's
Put him
going
in
to
the
be
backfield.
a complete tight end. He'll be like
Wing
a George
back.
Kittle-ish.
Yeah.
And Colston Loveland will be like a Kyle Pitts-ish.
I feel like he could play fucking fullback. Be like
I don't know. I don't think Colston Loveland could block like Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock.
God damn.
In the NFL, at least.
All pro Brock Bowers.
Shout to Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat.
Shout out.
Says, God damn. Imagine Salah, Rake, TA, and our safeties. It'd be Dirty Perry.
Aiden Hutchinson. And Lee McNeil. And DJ Reader. And Jack Sawyer.
My balls was hot.
Like, Zarius Smith.
Jack Sawyer. Try sneaking that in there, huh?
I would like it to happen. I mean,
I got to watch them. I see a lot of Lions fans talking about it.
Yeah.
I think they just want the Michigan-Ohio State pairing and the story of it all.
No. It's just he's going to be available around then. And
yeah.
Did you see him in the playoffs? Like, he was all over the place.
Do you guys think that there's any stock with Brad Holmes just piecing it together when he was talking about how hard it was to acquire an edge through the trading?
I was wondering that.
That means he's going to make that splash for the edge in the first round and get one of those premier guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
I really do.
Not a lot of people.
That could just be wishful thinking on my part, too.
No, I
that's
mean,
a good point. It's very well done, Scotty.
All the above, Scotty. Like wishful thinking, the
5
reality
stars.
of it. And I think that's
Guy
why truly,
follows
like,
everything Easy does.
we are taking a step down from coaching. Just if you're going to praise the continuity going into the season the way I did, I also got to be realistic about it. The continuity is going to switch around. You're not going to be the same. Schedule's going to be a little bit tougher. I think what can save you from all that, get another stud defensive end, and you're just keeping yourself in games with the turnover situation happening between Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, and then these two hellish dogs getting after it. I got to find who the guy is,
the
though.
ultimate equalizer. Like, killing the quarterback is the ultimate equalizer for a defense. And you have Aiden Hutchinson, who is going to be on a warpath next year. I would bet Aiden Hutchinson is comeback player of the year right now. Like, that's a lock. I would like to see them get an edge in the first round.
We used to do 3-1-3, even if it's a Karlaftis type. Yeah, absolutely. George Karlaftis is great.
George Karlaftis is a
good.
dog.
He's really good. I mean, Jared Verse obviously be ideal, but you're right. It's probably not going to end up being that way at 20-28.
You can move up, though. Draft. We got an extra third-round pick now.
Yeah.
You know, Brad likes to package those in.
Or we move back, get a couple seconds. You don't like that?
Don't say that shit.
I'd rather
That's
move
just
up.
no fun.
I'd rather move up.
Fuck
Mikey
no.
Sancho, second-round pick. Just saying.
Karlaftis, late first.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Easy. Sawyer to the Lions would be very realistic if Brad doesn't trade.
Yeah. He's going to be
for
right around
Graham.
there, late first, early second.
Yeah, it'd be like second or third rounder.
Is he a Dan Campbell guy?
Jack Sawyer?
That is a question. He does love football, but he is a crybaby.
He's a little crybaby crash out.
He is a crybaby crash out, yeah.
All right, I think that's the first guy I'm going to watch tape on is Jack Sawyer.
He is projected to the Lions right now in the updated rankings on Tankathon.
Really?
Get the
From the
F
second round to
outta
the
here.
first round.
Yeah, like I said, he's going to be late first, early second. I would not be opposed to it at all.
Jack Sawyer. He
I'm
was
your Huckleberry.
projected. He was projected Nick
I'm your
Bosa comps
Huckleberry
coming out of
fan.
high school. That's
Huh?
what
Say
he
what
was
was that?
getting. Nick Bosa comps coming out
Yeah,
of
he
high
was
school.
getting Nick Bosa comps.
He's okay. That's ridiculous.
I mean, that's what his 5-star status was like projected.
Oh,
to
coming
be.
out of high school?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we've only seen him a few times. He seems like boxy. But high motor guy.
Yeah.
That is a Dan
Lunch
Campbell
pail
guy.
Like Max Crosby.
Is he thick?
Sneaky athletic.
What's his size? What, he's like 6'5"?
Yeah, probably. Let me see real quick. Well, I don't know if we can fucking trust Google anymore because Mason Graham sure as hell ain't fucking 6'5".
They're going to say 7'2".
He's what?
6'5", 260. Okay. Is that...
Gonna scroll down. Look at ESPN.
Okay. ESPN 6'5", 260.
Yeah, I mean, seems
Ohio State 6'5",
thick,
260.
thick enough to play the edge spot. You know,
That
like thick.
sounds pretty good to me.
I mean, I'm not opposed. I guess I just gotta watch. I can't give you names. Ed O'Neill. If Brad traded up, which edge would you like? I haven't even delved into the draft yet.
Yeah.
I really haven't.
I got 6'4", 265, 23 career sacks, 29 career TFLs.
That's really good. But you know what else is really good?
Lady Jane's. At Lady Jane's, we will take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
New year, new you. How about a new car? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here for you. Getting a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for 24 months with 10,000 miles a year. Only $699 down with a $1,999 down payment. Or a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab. 24 months with 10,000 miles a year. Only for $359 per month. Sign and drive. No down payment required. Both need the GM discount. Get to Les Stanford today and click on the QR code on the screen. Check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC. LesStanford.com.
What up, welcome back. Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm joined by some more Rax, Scottie Pippen, and Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Spinny, you had some love to confess for a guy you once had hate for.
I wouldn't call it hate.
And hate wouldn't exist without true love. So you just loved him the whole time. You were talking about trading this man.
I was talking about trading
him. He's not worth having. He'd never be a guy in the league.
I didn't think he fit the timeline for what the Pistons needed. And he has completely been reborn in this system. And that is Isaiah Stewart on the Detroit Pistons and what J.B. Bickerstaff is using him for. Monty Williams, Dwayne Cade, they tried to make him something he wasn't. Isaiah Stewart on a playoff team like we're seeing right now is the best big off the bench. And Isaiah Stewart can go there off the bench and be that dog. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Isaiah Stewart is the best rim defender in the NBA.
Okay.
Period.
All right.
The lowest opponent's field goal percentage at the rim this season. Minimum 150 shots defended. Isaiah Stewart, #1. Over Daniel Gafford, over Victor Wembanyama, over Jared Allen, over Rudy Gobert.
Fraud.
Isaiah Stewart, #1 at 46.8% allowed. He is the best rim defender in the NBA. And this guy is playing as an all-defensive player this year. Hats off to Isaiah Stewart. This man is playing his ass off. J.B. Bickerstaff has unlocked him. And honestly, I'm kind of salty for Monty Williams, Dwayne, whoever it was, throwing the lock on him. Because this is what we knew he was. This is what everybody knew he was. They were trying to make him a stretch four. They were trying to make him a start. No, I said it every time. Isaiah Stewart on a playoff team is the best big man off the bench. And now we are seeing him on a playoff team be the best big man off of the bench. You get him out there, he is so switchable on the outside, on the perimeter, he stays in front of guards, and he contests everything at the rim. On top of having that Detroit grit, on top of having that bad boy attitude, Isaiah Stewart is so important for this team defensively, for the rotation when he comes off the bench to spell Jalen Duren. He has been elite this year defensively.
This is what I wanted Isaiah Stewart to be. And this is the reason all the good, smart teams were calling about Isaiah Stewart. Oklahoma City Thunder, Boston Celtics. What are those two teams? Two of the best teams in the NBA. And they were calling about Isaiah Stewart last year. Everybody's been calling about this guy because they knew it was a matter of putting him in the right system, getting him the right coach. He is a tone setter in the locker room, and on the court, he is just an absolute defensive monster. And you put him with the other guys that you have in Cade Cunningham, who's a great defensive guard when he's not overtaxed on offense. You have Asar, who, as we talk about, is one of the most special defensive players in all of the NBA. You put him with those players, this guy is special. And I feel like, myself included, I got to put in this conversation here. I feel like I spent so much time focusing on what I want Jalen Duren to be this year that I haven't quite appreciated what Stu has been. Stu has been awesome. He has been incredible. Again, he is a lifeblood of this team. You see him in every video in the locker room. You see him in every huddle, how active he is, how much he talks. This guy is an absolute beast. He does awesome things. I saw him the other day when I believe it was Cade was guarding somebody, and he grabbed him. It was Tim Hardaway, sorry. He grabbed Tim Hardaway and threw him into the position he needed to be in. Like, he just shoved him there. Yeah. He's like, hey, you go there. He's making fantastic reads. He's not only putting himself in the best position, but his teammates as well. He's been awesome, and I feel like I got to stop focusing on what I want Duren to be, who is turning the corner, but I got to start praising more Isaiah Stewart and what he's doing.
Yeah. He's elite, man. It's awesome to watch. He's truly the anchor of that defense when he's out there. Like you said, he's calling plays. He's making sure guys are in right positions. He's showing on the pick and pops. He's showing on the pick and rolls, and then getting back to make the play at the rim. It is an impressive defensive game from Isaiah Stewart. And shout out to JB Bickerstaff for not trying to force the square peg into the round hole. Not trying to force Isaiah Stewart to be a stretch four. Not trying to force Isaiah Stewart to be something he's not. They're letting him go out there and be that fucking dog. And like I said, per opponent field goal rating allowed at the rim, he is the best rim defender in the NBA. So it is awesome to watch him do this. You know the hype he brings. You know the intensity he brings. You know the edge that he gives this team. And on top of that, he is showing out. He got the belt yesterday because he was all over the place. This guy, Isaiah Stewart, is truly showing what he is in this NBA. And like I said it all the time the past 2 years. I don't think he fits where we're at on this team because they were trying to use him to be something he's not. They were trying to make him Tobias Harris. He's not Tobias Harris. He is a center. Isaiah Stewart is a center. He's best when he's playing center. And he is the best big off the bench on a playoff team, like we thought he was going to be.
He's definitely stepped it up, too. Like, I don't know that he's always been this more than – I mean, shout out to JB. Everybody defensively. I mean, you mentioned a name that I just wanted to give credit to because I've always just known him as like a selfish guy that just chucks up the ball 50 times a game. But Tim Hardaway Jr. playing like unfamiliar basketball to me, like sharing the ball. Like he
being a great mentor.
Giving up shots.
Yes.
That he normally takes.
Twice in a row.
Yes.
Same exact play, twice in a row to win the game. Timmy with the dish.
Consistently, though, like, it wasn't just that. Like, he's been doing it's been crazy. And whatever camaraderie JB's got cooking up in there, I'm sure Cade's a hell of a leader, too, part of that as well. It's working. And you see these guys shopping at Walmart together. Like, that's like
Buc-ee's.
Well, Buc-ee's, Walmart. No, they went like multiple places.
Yeah.
They're clicked up.
When you have a good coach, these are the things that happen. The teams are more bought in. The teams are better defensively because defense is effort. It is 90% effort and 10% timing. And looking at what this guy, JB Bickerstaff, has done with this team, he was a breath of fresh air from Monty Williams. And now they believe. They believe in his scheme. They believe in his system because they're seeing it work. And they're seeing the wins pile up. And so they're going to play harder defensively. They're going to hustle down the floor. They're going to make plays. And they know they have to because JB's not going to let you play if you don't. So shout out to him. He has made this team buy in. And like you said, not just defensively. They're passing up good shots for great shots. They're not worried about stats and score sheets. They're worried about winning games. And that you can see that offensively as well. So it's beautiful, man. This Pistons team is the funnest I've had to watch, or the funnest team I've watched in Detroit since the Blake Griffin team.
Yeah. And I'd even honestly put it.
It's not even close.
Yeah. I'd honestly put it over that Blake Griffin team. I did enjoy that Blake Griffin season. It was special, but there's something about Cade Cunningham and just the collectiveness of that team. That Blake team was just pretty much Blake willing us, and then Andre Drummond when he decided to put fucking effort on the court.
Hey, show some respect to Reggie.
But Steve-O baby, just Cade's the only one that's gonna make the All-Star game.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But Isaiah Stewart better be on some fucking all-defensive ballots. Tell me you know basketball. Tell me you actually watch basketball by showing me your defensive ballot. Because if he's not on your defensive ballot, that shows me that you're not watching the Pistons. You're not watching basketball.
Isaiah Stewart will make an.
He will. He has
barring something bad, Isaiah Stewart will make an all-defensive team.
How
this year.
often does the NBA flex games to national?
A lot, especially after football season. They do a lot of maneuvering because during football season, they're just like whatever. They're just kind of punting.
Yeah.
But then after football season, so kind of post All-Star break. Sunday night games. Yeah, you start to see them, and they'll flex a lot. So I think this Pistons team will, if I'm picking up what you're putting down, is that they'll play some more.
Getting some more love.
National.
Alex started having a good defensive season.
Against Indy in the next matchup. I mean, that's going to be that 5-6 seed at this point.
I'm here for that.
Indianapolis, I think it's the end of January.
Yeah.
Real quick.
They've been pumping up Cade.
They've been putting Cade, dog and pony show, parading Cade around all the talk shows.
They had to do something with like some social media comedian.
Yeah.
Funny Marco. Then they had him on TNT.
Yep.
ESPN.
He did something else recently.
He was on NBA Live. He was, and shout out to Shaq, dude. I love that. Shaq is one of my favorite humans in the world.
Yes.
Like, I love Shaq.
He really thinks about his penis.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to say you think Shaq has a small dick. But this guy,
We've all thought about it.
Because, Cade, he is the humble superstar. He's a soft-spoken guy.
Yeah.
He speaks softly. He carries a large stick. And
like Shaq.
Shaq was out there, and he asked him about the Jalen Green stuff. And Cade was like, they've been putting us against each other since high school. We don't shake hands. It's just about business. Shaq said that was the humble answer. He's saying, I'm better than you.
Yep.
You're number 2 for a reason. I was number 1, and I'm going to make sure you know that every time we play. And Cade gave him the nod.
Yeah.
And
I speak that language.
Yeah. Fellas, they're waiting for somebody to grab the torch. They thought it was going to be Anthony Edwards last year. You think about the superstars in the league. You think about Luka, not American. Joker, not American. Giannis, not American. You think about Shea, Canadian. Fellas, they are promoting Cade Cunningham.
They are.
I swear to God, this could be future face of the league for USA basketball with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron all aging. Fellas, Cade, starting point guard, LA.
Cade, Tatum, Ant, like those are the faces of American basketball.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes,
that
I wanted that on
push.
wax, baby.
That's a great call, Nick.
I've been thinking about that, but
kind of racist.
I've been thinking about that for a while.
For what reason is that racist?
Kind of xenophobic.
I was hating on the white boys.
Stephen A. Smith, the face of baseball, can't not speak English. Yeah, he can't because he's the greatest baseball player of all time.
Real quick, I pulled up the blocks because we were talking about Stu. Wemby has 144 blocks this year.
It's insane. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
the next,
just 'cause he's
Andy Davis next closest guy with 84.
Wemby's got 144 blocks this year.
Yeah.
And Isaiah Stewart still has a better defensive rating at the rim than him.
Yeah, well, that's because Wemby could block him from fucking anywhere.
He's blocking fucking three-pointers.
Yeah. And all Wemby's crazy too because he's averaging like 5 made threes and like 4 blocks a game or something crazy like that.
Like,
it's insane.
He should be a Piston.
Yeah.
What is the record?
It makes me mad.
I know. When I think about him and Paulo, I get pissed off. I'd be cool even with Paulo, dude.
Paulo and Cade.
Paulo and Cade
Imagine
is
if we had
so
Paulo
fucking
Banchero
even
instead of
Chat.
Tobias Harris on this team.
Chat Jabari.
Dude.
Shout out to
I'm out on Bambi.
No slander on Tobias Harris because he's
You
played
slandered
very
him.
well the past couple weeks.
Brandon Miller.
He picked it up. He's not good defensively, but Paulo Banchero, and you take out Tobias and you put Paulo on this team, they'd be the 2 seed.
Dude.
He's like literally be the 2 seed.
He's like everything Julius Randle wants to be.
Yeah.
Like, Paulo is such a fucking dog. Which, by the way, I saw fake trades for Julius Randle. Like, no
Caleb
thanks.
in the chat says kind of racist, Nick.
Kind of racist. Kind of xenophobic.
What about Julius Randle? Sorry.
I saw fake trades for Julius Randle to the Pistons. No thanks.
What about
I
the
do not
Zach
want a
LaVine?
guy that's going to stop Cade Cunningham from holding the
No
ball.
way is
I wouldn't
Julius Randle going to
I
be a
wouldn't
Piston.
take him for free.
I would not take him for free either.
Zach LaVine.
I watched a
question.
lot of Julius Randle play.
Yeah.
Do not want him on this team.
No thank you.
He's like a more he's a better Josh Smith.
I don't know.
No.
Because Josh Smith didn't stop the ball like Julius Randle does.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Not on the Pistons, but not when he was actually good.
Julius Randle thinks he's fucking KD.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Josh Smith
That's what Josh Smith. He's worse.
on the Pistons. Josh Smith on the Pistons isn't a real thing.
Well, Michael
when you
Beasley.
when you talk
Josh
about
Smith in
Josh
Atlanta
Smith,
too, he sucked.
no, he was good in Atlanta.
One of the
He
best
sucked.
quotes
did not
ever
suck.
was
That's
Michael
disrespectful.
Beasley
He
when he
sucked.
said, "I'm Carmelo on the left side."
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, Michael Beasley is a dog. One of the best basketball talents ever.
Is
I
it
like our
crazy?
Beasley.
Is it crazy to think that
Only
I
American
believe
players
that the
can
Detroit-
rep the league. Sorry.
Yes, that is, I guess, so racist. No, that the
Xenophobic.
Pistons could beat the Knicks in a series.
No,
I don't
we've
think
already
you're
done
crazy.
it twice in New
Yeah,
York.
I don't think.
I think they are winning.
Wouldn't be better betting favorites, but they got a chance.
Yeah, we definitely be
Habbies
underdogs.
take over New York City.
They'll take a couple games.
Yeah,
Habbies take
yeah,
the
yeah.
They'll take a
Garden.
couple games.
6-7 game series.
Yeah.
Habbies-
At the very least.
Cat could. He's been fucking dog this year. He
I'll
wants to turn on
take,
and
I'll
turn
take
on
it a
the
step
series.
further. I truly don't think they're getting swept in the playoffs if they're healthy. I don't think there's a team in the East that's sweeping them. Even the juggernauts, even Boston and
The
Cleveland.
Pistons?
Yeah.
No, Cade will get one.
Habbies take over
At the
Garden.
very least, Cade will get one.
Yeah.
They won't
Bang
get swept.
ball.
Which even Blake during his year couldn't do.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, he was dead.
But yeah, he was
His
again.
knees
Yeah,
were
he was.
gone.
We shouldn't have even been in that play. We should have. Join the fucking lottery.
Which is
we had
why
no
I
business
loved him
there.
so much, which is why I got the Blake
I was
Griffin
at
on
that.
You should hate him. That's a
Oh,
horrible
crazy.
jersey.
You shouldn't hate him.
I was
That's
at that
aggressive. It's not his fault.
50.6.
Yeah, I guess don't hate him, but that jersey's still ugly.
50.6ers win.
That was an insane.
that
I was
50-point triple double.
It was the most.
Oh,
hype
him
I've
and
ever
Embiid
seen
going back and
LCA.
forth?
50-point triple double where you
Yeah.
get the and one
One
finish
That's
for the
crazy.
win over
Yes.
Embiid.
He was making
That
every
was an
shot in that
amazing
game.
He
That
was
sick.
pulling up from three, bro. His little
Yeah.
like weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
Dude,
he had the
his
behind
three
the
was
back
so
step
weird.
back for the 3 in that
Yeah.
one on
Yes.
Embiid. I was like, dude, this
Dude,
is
that was
I
the
think
most
I was
hype I've
on
seen LCA.
vacation in New Orleans for that one, watching on my phone, and we're ready to go out, and I'm just like, no.
that was the best. That was the best game Blake Griffin has ever played in his entire life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like that was insane basketball performance.
I was with my buddy Ben. Shout out Ben. He's got
Shout
a
out, Ben.
podcast with Becca. Look, check it out. I'm dropping it. Ben and Becca. Check it out.
Shout out Ben and Becca. Is that their YouTube? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Subscribe to Ben and Becca.
5 stars.
Ask them all a bunch of really weird and personal questions
Yes.
about Nick.
Yes.
Oh God. All right. Yeah.
Please, oh my God,
Do
chat.
it. Please. I'm not even joking. When
Please.
does it come out?
Ben and Becca. They just did it. It's like life shit. They got a kid now. I don't
Just
know.
spam the comment section with weird questions about Nick.
Ask them all weird. Ben and Becca.
I was
Ben
in
and
their
Becca.
wedding. Stood up.
That's your
that's your wife.
No, different one. No.
That's his
different
wife.
one. Okay.
Your wife is podcasting with the. No,
Yeah, you let your wife
another
podcast
man.
another guy?
No. All right.
All right, let's go to break. Let me tell you about New Holland. New Holland Brewing Company. Delicious, delicious stuff, especially the taller long drink. But they also got the hazy IPAs. They got anything you need, really. But the taller long drink is a grapefruit puree and gin-based cocktail made here in Michigan. Support Michigan. Support local companies. It's that easy. Taller long drink from New Holland Brewing Company. They're doing it right.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where we meet everyone, can get a full body workout in 30 minutes with a 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. Or upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Planet Fitness, join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
I don't hate Tobias Harris. He's just old.
Yeah.
He's just not. He's just
Like, why are you caping for Tobias Harris right now? You know who he is.
He's a pro's pro.
He's got such a weird fan base. Cash. Michael Beasley.
By the way, the whole situation with Liam Cohen, he went back. He agreed to a deal with the Buccaneers to extend himself as a coordinator to get a raise because he's going to be head coach. And then he left to Jacksonville. And he's not answering any of their phone calls or anything like that.
Wait, what?
So Liam Cohen,
Yeah.
the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So he was flirting around with Jacksonville, become head coach. Remember, he pulled himself from the thing, and they fired Trent Baalke.
Yeah.
So after they fired Trent Baalke, now he's back after he was supposed to be in Tampa to sign his new deal, and now he's just
ghosting everybody.
Ghosting them, yeah.
And
not
now
answering
he's
nothing.
Wow. So he's not going back to Tampa.
No, for sure not. You don't just ghost him. I guess because Sammer knows Jason Litt.
Yeah, he knows he's plugged up.
They're upset. They're not happy.
I wouldn't be either. That's worse than Ben Johnson.
I don't know that he's ready to be a head coach. I almost would still rather have Mike McCarthy.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of Mike McCarthy. He's a fraud.
I think he's a good coach.
I don't.
You don't think he's a good coach?
No.
Well, he'd be a
He's
coordinator
definitely not a
there,
bad
right?
coach.
He's not a bad coach, no. He's
Yeah.
not a good coach, though. He's a coach.
Yeah.
Like he sure is a guy.
Liam Cohen though, like after doing that too, not doing the ghosting, like what type of
a lot of
what type of
snakes
staff?
in the grass being exposed in this coaching circle.
Yeah, you're right. But what type of staff is he gonna be able to draw up after like?
I mean, people are still gonna work for him.
That's true. They're all getting
It's the
raises.
NFL.
And, yeah, that's true. That's fair. I want to talk Pistons trade deadline tomorrow because they've been doing so well. Is it even worth messing up the chemistry to acquire another piece? But we only have 2 minutes left in the show.
Well,
so as Jan says, great show. Have an awesome night.
Shout out Mama Jan. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. We are the heavyweights. For Easy, for Nick, for Chris.
Larry Foote, just real quick.
I think it's a Rooney Rule thing.
Kelvin Shepard would be a Rooney Rule.
Do you have to interview him? You already know. Kind of know what you got with Kelvin Shepard.
I'm sure you got it. Sure you interview him. I don't know. You have to interview him.
You got to interview him. Yeah. You're not going to not interview him.
Yeah.
But does that count? Does it have to be somebody outside of the organization?
That's a good question.
Let's see.
Because you could be like, you just grab like the fucking janitor. Like, let's get this over with.
Yeah. The NFL's Rooney Rule requires the NFL teams to interview at least one minority candidate for coordinator positions. Interviews can be personal or virtual. Women may be interviewed to meet the requirement.
Apollo's very good, Leo.
Apollo's a dog.
Larry Foote as defensive coordinator, I wouldn't be as comfortable as Kelvin Shepard. I guess I'll put you that way.
No, I'd rather have. Yeah, if you're going to sign a linebackers coach, your defensive coordinator should be Kelvin Shepard.
Yeah. Although we're giving all the run stopping credit to Coach Casey, but that's a complete defensive effort. So maybe Larry Foote.
And before we go, Weezy D313 says no trades, and then he says trade Malik Beasley for a first.
Fuck you, Weezy D.
Well, that'll do it for us today. No trades, but trade him. For Easy.
The one guy you don't trade.
For Nick, for Chris, I'm Spencer with the Heavyweights. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Pissed me off.